10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
New groove guaranteed to rock. Step on the scene, make the whole place pop. I'm on that wave, never falling off. Every rhyme I drop, got the crowd going off. No time to quit, keep it running long. From the underground to a worldwide song. Hands on the mic, yeah, I keep it tight. Every line I spit, hit clean and precise. Pull up to the jam and you know what's up. Everybody in the spot got their hands up. More bounce in the beat when the bass line drop. We stay locked in, never gonna stop. Why? Cause you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Keep it going, make the rhythm pop. You can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Non-stop flow, yeah, we hit the top. Switch up gears when I grab that mic. Keep it smooth, but I strike like lightning. Timing so sharp like a ticking clock. Every verse I drop, keep the heads alright. Got more lines than a full notebook. Every rhyme hit hard like a second. Timing so step back once just to elevate. Then I jump right in, never hesitate. People take. That's true. But I keep building something brand new. Stay creative, keep the mind in tune. Turn a small spark to a sonic boom. Holy shit. No disguise, just truth in the vibe. Respect to the people all around the way. We lift each other up every day. Hey, don't stop now. Turn it loud. Feel the groove. Make your move. Cause you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Keep it going. Make the rhythm pop. You can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Non-stop flow. We on top. We on top. Hey, tick-tock, tick-tock. Rhythm don't stop. Kick. Keep it moving round the clock. Because you can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Cosmic rhythm bounce, bounce in the sky. Cosmic rhythm bounce, bounce in the sky. Cosmic rhythm bounce, bounce in the sky. Cosmic rhythm bounce.
Hey, Nyobi, Nyobi Comics is freaking awesome. Like, what?
Another dimension. Another dimension. Another dimension. Don't tell me chill, I'm already live. Step in the zone, watch the sound revive. Got codes unlocked, you can't decode. Switching up styles
And I stick to it, man. If you have 200 backers on Kickstarter, you're irrelevant.
To the edge of space, never slow down in the sonic race. They say my style too wild, too strange. Flip one flow, then I rearrange. If you step close, better recognize. I launch these rhymes to the cosmic sky. Cosmic rhythm bounce, bounce, interstellar. Planet to
Look at
planet,
me.
we do it better.
I have the power!
He is pretty fucking cute.
In the party, we shift the scene. Baseline heavy, sound so clean. Fuel that engine.
I am the best
so loud, make the whole
wrestler in the world.
Fresh to fade, every move calculated, every sound we made. Blind that route through a
I've been the best ever since day
Turning
one
chaos
when I
into
walked into this
a
company,
level,
and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit.
roots, but we blast off far. Carry that vibe.
That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
From block parties to outer zones, still rock rhythm through microphones.
Feel the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
Cross the sky, amplify.
Respect my authority!
Cosmic River bounce. Interstellar. Planet to planet, we do it better. Cosmic River bounce.
Wait, don't forget me. I want to be involved. I want to scam money too.
Another dimension. Keep it moving.
Boom, shakalaka! She's on fire! Boom, shakalaka! She's on fire!
That's a groove. That's a groove. That's a groove. That's a groove.
New age. An age of freedom. I all know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
I set my sound down. So how we gonna rock it? Gonna break it down. Yeah, how you wanna rock it? Gonna break it down. So how we gonna move it? Gonna break it down. Gonna flip the whole vibe. Gonna break it down. Yeah, it's not a throwback. I bring the heat back. Step on the mic and I never fall back. Drop that science with a funky twist. Every beat I touch, get a brand new lift. Electric flow when I hit that zone.
That Nyobi guy is,
Never let it slip.
he's a wild one, man. He said they're both wild, wild boys.
When I plant that sound, if you step to this, better hold your ground. It's a breakdown groove, time to move now.
We will stand
To the
and
mic with
fight.
the energy loud from the block to the stage. I represent every bar I spit.
suki,
got
suki,
intent.
bitches.
So blessed when I rock like this. Do what I love, never gonna miss. From the city streets to a worldwide jam. Still keep it funky like the roots I am.
Have you noticed we've been sharing our culture with you all morning?
When I break it down, old school vibe with a modern twist. Every beat hit hard, I can't resist. Pay respect to the legends before while we open. What it is what it is. I set my sound down. I break it down low. I set my sound
He is pretty fucking cute.
down. So how we gonna rock it? Gonna break it down. Yeah, how you wanna rock it? Gonna break it down. So how we gonna move it?
So, and I stick to it, man. If you have 200 backers on Kickstarter, you're irrelevant.
To the underground, headphones on with the battle sound. Dreams get built where the beats collide. From the
After 3 boring minutes, The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth!
feel that bass. Set the pace. Music run deep like a heartbeat strong. No one can stop when the flow goes
Feel the
on.
future, Charles, not them.
That help me rise.
They no longer matter.
Passion into a life. Every rhyme got
You just
soul
made the
inside.
list.
Every beat got truth and pride. From the roots to the top we climb. Keep that rhythm for all time. I'll break it down low.
Oh my Gucci. Oh my Gucci.
I'll break it down low. I set my sound down. So how we gonna rock it? Gonna break it down.
Oh my
How you wanna
Gucci.
rock it?
Oh
Gonna
my
break it down.
Gucci.
So how we gonna move it? Gonna break it down. Gonna flip the whole vibe. Gonna break it down. That's a groove. That's a groove.
Hey, Nyobi Comics is freaking awesome last
Good vibe.
That Nyobi guy is, he's a wild one, man. He said they're both wild, wild boys.
Good vibes. All I really want is good vibes. In the morning.
Transcript and receipt, motherfucker.
Good vibes. Yeah.
If I hear my fucking voice on your little shit show, I'm gonna Liam Gray your ass.
I want good vibes. Back in the day in the neighborhood scene, met this cool girl with the style so clean. We kick back while the beat played loud, laughing out, chilling in the middle of the crowd. Walk downtown just to pass some time. Sun going down, everything.
He's crazy.
You wanna roll? She just smiled, said I got my own. No stress. I kept it moving ahead, another
Look at me. I have the power.
All I really want is good vibes. In the morning, good vibes. In the evening, good vibes.
Then you have channels that do something called the EFAP technique. This is something new to me. Look it up for its acronym usage there. And you have channels like this who basically just stream my content, and then he decides to put his spin on it without showing his face using a South Park avatar.
He is pretty fucking cute.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
Nyobi. Get Nyobi in here. I want to talk to Nyobi so bad. Nyobi. Get Nyobi in here. I want to talk to Nyobi so bad.
You're going to take a baseball bat to a horseman, finish the job, because there's one rule of gang fighting. See, we are the original gang, and we're the most vicious in all of professional wrestling history. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the morgue.
So what you want? Why you not entertained? What you want? So what you want? Yeah.
Boom shakalaka, she's on fire.
Yeah, I spark that sound, flip that rhythm, make the beat go round.
Boom shakalaka, she's on fire.
All that noise don't mean nothing new. So tell me why you act so loud, fighting hard just to play the crowd. In my mind, I'm breaking it.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Online life and my virtual world, guess who I've surrounded myself by? Fucking trolls. Pieces of shit that like to degrade me, degrade my wife, degrade this YouTube channel, degrade the things that I say, the things that I think, the things that I speak. That is who I've brought to me.
After 3 boring minutes, The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth!
Stay sharp, never play pretend. Eyes wide open, I read the scene. Know what's fake and what surely mean. Hey, speak it out. Oh, no doubt. Hey, make it clear. Oh, we right here. So what you want? What you want? Tell me now. What you want? So what you want? What you want? Step right up. Go front. Oh. What you want? Say it loud. Right now. Kick it. Turn it up. Hey. Turn it up. Hey. Yeah. Turn it up. Turn it up. Ow.
Thug Radio, now broadcasting at 80,000 watts of Q. Feel the power. Thug.
You wake up late.
Transcript and receipt, motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
For the thousands in attendance
and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Turn it up right now.
I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
This is the truth of it. Fighting leads to killing, and killing gets to warring, and that was damn near the death of us all. Look at us now, busted up and everyone talking about hard rain. But we've learned, by the dust of them all, Bartertown's learned. Now when men get to the fighting, it happens here, and it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
Finally, The Rock has come back!
This is home, JR! Right here!
Home. All hail the Ayatollah of rock and roller!
Funky juice, that party juice, that party juice, funky juice crew, that party juice.
When you look at me, I have the power!
Yo, got this vibe that's feeling so
We will stand and fight.
Hey, Nyobi! Nyobi Comics is breaking off the book. What?
We keep it tight, turning up loud on a Friday night. From the street to the club, we bounce. Bring that.
Oh, is it great to be alive on a Tuesday night or what? What's going on, everyone? I am LP, writer and creator of the comic books Nyobi and Savage Syn, and I bid you greetings and welcome. Welcome to the end of the internet. Welcome to beyond the walls of ice. Welcome to the Canadas of your soul. You are indeed the first to arrive and last to survive, and I hope you enjoyed the trip. There is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, laddies. Just you and I, you and me. Just shouting out into the void. But you know what? Tonight, we are not alone. We're not alone in this universe, man. You know what I'm saying? And for some of you may already know, but there is a surprise guest. Haven't seen in many, many moons. We're going to catch up tonight. But you know who I got in the back? We'll kill the music because he's geared up and he's ready to go. He is none other than...
I tell you, that's how I found out monkeys can't swim.
What?
Oh, hi guys. Sorry about that.
The Bitcoin assassin himself, Samuel L. Quinton III.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, what's up?
Man, what isn't up? I tell you, what isn't up?
There's lots going on in the news, Sam.
There really, really is.
I mean, there's so much on our plate. We do literally got lots to chew on, you know.
Yep, that we do.
Now, I have someone, Sam, in the back. I believe you know who this gentleman is. But, you know, to anyone that's watching, and mind you, we haven't had the audience that we used to have back in the day. Maybe that will change, you know, because we're going old school tonight with Maximus Decimilius.
Hey, young man, how you
hey,
doing?
young man. The band is back together.
God is good to see you, bro.
He chooses violence, don't you see?
Hey, don't critique me for that. A lot of people choose violence. because it works.
This is it. I reached out to Max today. I saw Max comment on something with Lewis. I'm like, you know what? If anyone's got something to say about all this, it's going to be Max, right? And I'm just like, it's been a while. Let's just reach out to him. And yeah, we got talking and shit. It's like, fuck, come on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Yeah, catch us up, Max. Catch us up.
Well, I mean, with me, shit, I joined a band.
Okay.
I've been doing a bunch of just programming shit. I did a Roku channel for Rhonda Shear for the Up All Night Network.
Okay.
Which was super cool because I used to watch that shit when I was like in high school religiously.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got that. I got to make that, which was really neat. Done a bunch of just website work for people lately.
Yeah. Keep him busy.
I got some band called Red Veil that wants me to promote their stuff, so I'm doing that now too.
Yeah.
Making their website and putting their EPK together and all that stuff.
Well, it's like you said, you know, when we were talking earlier, it's like everyone's gonna have their side hustles, man. I got to get my side hustles all in order here, you know.
Yeah, the tech stuff has really kind of been taken off with lately. I mean, I've had a lot of work. I mean, I've had to turn down work because I'm too busy.
I turned down work. I turned down being a lumper. That's what I turned down. So I'm back to the drawing board looking for part-time. I'm thinking I might do my original plan and drive for like Uber, like not Uber taxi, but Uber Eats. They have that here. We don't have the Uber taxi. Yeah. We have like some sort of contract with the taxi cabs here that we can't have them. You know, there'd be a riot if we did that. You know what I mean? But we're allowed to do Uber Eats. I'm on a wait list for DoorDash. We have too many drivers for such a small area.
Yeah, for the area. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Uber is actively looking here though. So
I did Uber Eats for a day or two.
A day or two, yeah.
So I made pretty good money.
Did you?
I think I worked like 4 or 5 hours and made like $160.
Well, you see, this is it. I want to be able to just go out and set my own schedule. Don't have someone breathing down my back, right? Earn some extra money while I'm still doing the Kickstarters, while I'm still doing the eBay. You know, I'm just trying to find the right mix here. Something I can do outside of all this to bring in some extra income and continue to push whatever it is that we do here. You know what I mean?
You can kind of set your own time or schedule.
Well, you're gonna be working around supper rush,
but yeah. you need to be there
when people are ordering shit. Yeah, 100%. Man, it is good to have you back on the show. I even went a little old school with the intro. I had to put in some baby Yodas and some, you know, he is pretty fucking cute and stuff I haven't actually used in a while. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, I'm gonna go back and see what old stuff I still got collected on the computer. Just how to throw it in, you know. The intro, you know.
I haven't really been doing a whole lot with watching YouTube videos. I mean, lately I've been listening to audiobooks on there while I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you haven't been missing much. Well, I mean, in a way you have, in a way you haven't, you know. There is lots of news going on, but I mean, you know, if it's like comic book wise, right? Let's ask you where you're at with comic book wise. Like what's going on?
Oh, well, we got the Dark America thing is getting fulfilled.
Yeah, it's getting handled. Good. Yeah,
mailing that shit out.
I'm on that list. I just made the list.
We had a bunch of illegal shit.
You just made the list
before we could fucking fulfill it, and that was fucking bullshit. But when we get the next book, we get to drop all the actual intel on people with receipts. So that'll be good. Because everyone will be like, why didn't you fulfill so fast? It's like, well, we had legal shit we had to deal with.
Well, you know, and this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you're not going to be able to fulfill for reasons that are outside of your hands. You know what I mean?
I mean, we lost an artist, and then a whole bunch of shit was going down with like tracing and copying, and using lithography shit. So we had to go through and check all stuff for fucking copyright stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go through all of our shit. Yeah, we had to go through all of our shit, which cost a ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
To have a third party go through and check it all. That was ridiculous.
So I'm looking forward for that to happen. And then you got you had things in the can for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, we've got 3 issues in native ready to go.
Man, that book is, I mean, out of all your books, right? And for those that don't know, this is Max DeVille, Atrocity Press. You know what I mean? Mary Machine Gun fame, Dark America fame. You know,
Neo Tokyo, baby.
Human Hunters.
Human Hunters.
I go old school, man.
Yeah, that was like the second book we ever released was Neo Tokyo.
I love Neo Tokyo.
We got Blight Blaze.
I liked it too, but I mean, it didn't land with the consumers.
You can like something, but if it's not making you money, then you got to fucking him and haw if it's worth doing, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why we didn't do a second one.
Blight Blazers here saying, giving you more to chew on. I'm glad my catchphrase is catching on because I need a catchy catchphrase, you know? Like,
hey, Max.
What's up?
I want to marry Machine Gun Mug.
I thought he was going to say, I want to marry you.
Machine Gun Mug?
A mug.
To go with the Reign of Ages mugs that I make. If you make a Mary Machine Gun mug, I'll trade you.
Yeah, well, send me whoever makes your mugs and I'll look it up.
I'm going to have mugs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd like to get a set from everybody. I'd like to get.
I mean, I don't know if any of them are going to fucking sell, but I got an email.
I'd like a Savage Syn mug.
Well,
and I'd like a Sig and Joe mug.
Anything can be arranged. I got an email, it was a few weeks ago now, from the Fourth Wall. They're like Teespring's sort of competition, right? Yeah. And they're like, hey, we noticed that you have a Teespring. How's things been going over there lately?
Shit. They're just pouring salt on the wound, right?
Hey, we know you're not making any money.
Yeah, why don't you come over here was the offer.
Would you like to come over here and not make any money?
Well, this is it, right? And I'm like,
your data is so insecure. We were able to identify exactly how to contact you about you
suck.
not making any money.
But it turns out they also have with YouTube a partnership. So if I actually have a store with them, that store is going to show up on my YouTube channel, right?
That's nice.
That's cool.
So that's kind of worth doing, even though I don't know if anything will actually sell. But I mean, I guarantee you one thing: if I don't have it up, nothing's going to sell.
That's true.
So I might as well, you know, like I've been slowly picking away at it. I haven't launched anything yet, but I got like 8 or 9 products that I made. There's a couple of mugs, a t-shirt, you know. I'm trying to make posters and I'm giving them like 40 megabyte size fucking images and they're saying they're too small.
What size posters are you looking at?
Like 24 by 36, like a full poster, right? That you would buy, you know, like.
Is it 300 DPI?
Yeah, these are huge fucking files. Yeah. So I have to write them like, why is it that like I'm giving you the biggest fucking files I have? You know, you blow these things up.
Send me the file this week and let me see what I can do with the interface on Mix'em. See if I can get something.
Because I want to have some posters up, some shirts. You know, they're just all the knickknacks, whatever they do. Their selection is a little bit more limited than Spring, but Spring kept censoring all my shit, right? And that was the problem. You know, I have this like Savage Syn flag up on my wall still that Keith Garvey had done the cover for. Big, huge, giant flag. I'm sure you guys remember seeing it. Yeah. The 5 minutes after I launched that project and ordered one for myself, they took it down. Like I got the only one that will ever be in existence. You know what I mean?
That's messed up.
Not even that risque.
I know.
It's not.
So I made sure I said, hey, look, you know, I said to Fourth Wall, because I was emailing them back and forth. I'm like, look, if I sign up with you guys, you know, are you going to censor my shit like Spring? Because if so, like, it's probably not worth my bother. But we have someone else in the back. Like I said, this is an old school reunion. Goddamn, damn man's Philly on.
No, it can't.
I got something for you to chew on, Larry.
Do you? I bet you do.
There is no freaking way you found the electric crayon before he got high.
Oh, well, I was actually me. You know,
you're stereotyping me, Sam.
In my hiatus, you know, from
no, not stereotyping.
Well, look,
I know you long time.
Look, out of all you guys,
well,
Phil's
you're off tonight, but you know, maybe on another night that would be the case.
You're telling me it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday and you're not high?
No, I'm not.
Whoa. Things have changed. Holy shit.
Turn in your card, Phil.
That's it. You got to give it up.
Turn in your weed card, man.
Now hold it. Who were you sending posters into, Larry?
The Fourth Wall, or whatever they're called.
Oh, the Fourth Wall, not Comics Wellspring.
No, well, that's a whole other conversation we can get into. I was gonna say, like everyone, I kind of took a break from people, things, certain things, but through all that, like Phil's still like one of the ones that I actually kind of had semi-constant contact with. Phil be like, not leave me alone. Hey, partner, what's going on, man?
I always got to check in with all you punks, man, once in a while.
This is it. Well, as I said, Phil, the band is back together as much as it's going to be, right? So, we're going to enjoy this here tonight. We're going to hang out, and it's old school, man. We got Blight Blazer saying hello to you. He's calling you Phil Hoover. So,
Phil what?
I don't know.
I
Howard. Phil Howard.
Yeah. Phil, yeah, talking about having to.
That's me.
You got to have.
Is that your
stuff
government
up
name,
in order
Phil?
to sell
Yeah.
it. Larry, you said that you had to have your stuff available in order to fucking, sell it and make money.
Yeah.
That'd be great. We had to take our whole store down off our website because of our legal shit we had to go through.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because they had to check everything we did because I couldn't trust any of it,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, as far as Comics Wellspring, I was asking because I thought it was that. I recently set up a book for pre-press, Screaming Rabbit Studios that I've been working with. But yeah, when I was doing that, I had a template, all the files set up perfectly, as I thought, because I went by the template. And it was still, whatever their preliminary, it's got to be frickin' AI.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. That goes through when you initially download.
Look, AI is part of the conversation tonight.
Now, it's like it's off. Like it told me, hey, you don't have a bleed and a trim edge. It's like, I most certainly do. It's even in the image you're bringing up, telling me I don't have a bleed and a trim. It's exactly in your template. I have not messed with the template. So I was going to say, if you're doing Comics Wellspring, that initial thing, if you're sure that you have your pages set up the way they're supposed to be, the right DPI, you have your trim and bleed edges lined up like they're supposed to, just go ahead and go past that initial check, which I think is faulty freaking AI.
Pasco, collect $200,
and just go ahead and send it in so a real person can end up looking at it.
I'm a real boy.
More than likely, you're fine. More than likely,
yeah. For those that don't know, Comics Wellspring has done a number of changes because they're essentially owned by someone else, right? And so their whole interface is different. You used to be able to upload your files, like give them a link to a Dropbox, and they would go retrieve them. Now you have to upload all your files single-handedly, one by one. So if you're printing,
or in a whole PDF, I mean,
yeah, but you're still uploading like 20 PDFs, right? Like I got Outbreak 1 to 5, I need to print. I got Birthrights, I need to print. Origins, trade paperbacks, I gotta fucking send them all in through their system and hope they all upload.
Well, here's one thing: the way that I did it and the way that it was listed, and it worked fine, and the way they had it listed and said to do it. I mean, they may be taking single files, but I went with what they said, which is put them all in one complete PDF and put them in order from cover to
yeah, you're talking
like
one book though. I'm talking about fucking. I have to send them in 20 different books, Phil.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got what you mean.
And I have to upload those all one by one. Where previously I would just send them a link and they would go get the files. Right, so I have to sit there, browse, find the file, upload it, wait, tick, 5 minutes, however long it's going to take for it to upload, then upload the second one, and go through that process again for each and every fucking one of them. I'm going to be there for an hour uploading shit, dude.
Because you need to get high speed, man. You still using that 56K modem, aren't you?
Well,
I'm kidding.
We finally got AOL here in Canada, dude.
You finally got AOL in a Yahoo account.
You got mail.
I got mail, brother, for the first time.
Set up your website on GeoCities.
That's it, man. All those
that's
files. That's right, Blake. All those files, man. But yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And then for the longest time, for the last 4 or 5 weeks, they had no international shipping option. I had to bug them and hound them and bug them and hound them until they finally fucking put Canada as an option. so I can order my fucking books.
Hey, where's love for the maple leaf?
But at least I got it done. You know, like I was like worried I'm gonna have to go find another printer. Like, what? You guys aren't shipping to Canada anymore? And they kind of fumble like, oh, no, we'll get that corrected. Oh, yeah, no, we love our Canadian brothers. You know, I'm like, fuck. And then of course the big news, right, guys, is Kickstarter. You know, so for those that just want the quick recap, a few weeks ago, Luis Torres, Pyro Vixen #1. One of the books that actually a couple of us had taken part in writing these origin stories for these characters. Well, one of them was launched. It was for CB Zane, you know, and it was up for about 13 days. Lewis made about 10 grand. Great, you know, like he's rocking. You know what I mean? He's got 10 grand, and he's not even halfway through yet. And I'm talking 10 grand American, right? Which is like $50 million here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real money.
Real money, right? Not duck bucks, right? And then he gets an email. And in the email, they say, your project's in violation, You have 5 days to correct it, or your project will get suspended. Okay? So he gets a 5-day warning because whatever reason, I'd never seen that before, but he got one, right? Because keep in mind, too, that Kickstarter has gotten a brand new head of comics by the name of Sean Egger. Okay, so there's more than just one change happening here. You know what I mean?
It's too bad he's not here tonight. That would make for a really interesting
I offered an interview. One of their little PR people got back to me. They asked me to send a link to another interview that I would done as an example, and I never heard back. So, you know, hey, what can you do?
Send him. I send him the one with Eric Larson.
No, I actually sent them the most recent one I did with Bob McLeod. He was the co-creator of the New Mutants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
that was a good one too.
Yeah, it was a good one. So I figured that'd be a decent one to send in. But you know, I mean, I was on camera and the whole nine. It wasn't like you were talking to, you know, South Park. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm even on camera tonight. What the hell, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I decided I was gonna go pro and show who I was, and you know, then I could show off the books that I had and because I will go on camera. It's just only when I got something to show. You know, like if it's show and tell, man, you know, then I got to turn it on.
If I turn my camera on, my lights are off. It all washes everything out. See?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There he is, man, in the flesh. If I try and turn on my camera, I'm gonna get some sort of fucking error. I'm gonna have to restart the stream. That is shit I have to do ahead of time. I still having problems with fucking stream error. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm not a real person.
That's never been fixed. You know.
Phil, how's Indiana treating you, man?
Oh, I'm not in Indiana. I'm still in Kansas City, dude.
I thought you were heading back to Indiana.
No.
How's Fat Max's bladder?
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah. Urine track's all good.
Yeah. It's been staying good. Oh, I was going to mention to you when you're talking about on here. When I was watching on YouTube before I jumped in, you might want to bump up the rest of the room because Max and Sam were quiet compared to how you were.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because my desktop audio on OBS is only halfway.
Is this any better?
So no, it's not. No,
do that again.
It's like a bad
Is that
relationship.
any
It's
better?
not you guys. It's me. I got to correct it now.
Welcome to the smooth jazz vibes of the Larry
No,
Stream.
I'm glad you told me because it was at half volume for you guys. So yeah. Now that has been well, I'm a boomer, right? So I mean, let's play a boomer moment as I got that
Freaking boomer.
reloaded. Here we go, man. Let's take it away.
Am I a boomer? Huh? Am I a boomer? Huh? Boom!
Yeah.
How about that? Am I a boomer? Boom! Boom! Boom!
Boom, boom, boom.
Straight from 2020. You know what I mean?
That dude's still around.
Oh yeah. He had his whole controversy and shit.
I thought he got canceled.
Well, I mean, they kind of tried to cancel him, but he's kind of so big that he just came back.
Too big to cancel.
Well, I don't know what really went down with him and whatever. I mean, I hardly ever watched Dr. Disrespect, but I do think that clip is pretty funny. You know, I did see him on. He was on the other day playing Forza 6, so I checked that out for a minute. Not that I have an interest in racing car games, but I just wanted to see how nice and polished that game looks, and it does look great if you're into that. You know, racing sims and shit. You know,
Forza is good, man. They really jumped on. I liked racing games off and on, and Gran Turismo initially was the one that was really like shining, like this is badass. Because when I was playing that, I played cars that I've owned, and in that game they handled just like the cars that I'd owned. I'm like, they're on it.
Yeah, I used to play racing games online just because it was something you could do easily to, just play against other people.
Just kind of zone and drive. Yeah.
Yep. But some of those things, man, they're getting like photorealistic in the shit, the way those cars look now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Probably wouldn't if
background.
I played. I don't have one of those big fancy RTX cards.
We got
Get good, bro.
We're talking about Kickstarter, right?
I don't either.
And
Yeah.
I was going through kind of what happened. Lewis got that sort of 5-day notice, right? And one of the things that they did, which I never saw actually here, let me tuck this away from it until we're ready for this, because actually I got to go through the explanation. One of the things that they did that they never done before, usually Max, right, Kickstarter or whatever has a problem, they'll say, hey, yeah, you're in violation, but they don't ever tell you what the violation is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's usually just some vague thing. Not this
You
time.
violated our terms of service.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what did I do?
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like, never respond to you.
Well, now in Lewis's case, they told him and showed him examples of the violations from his own campaign. And one of the violations is that you're not allowed, at least at this current point in time, like when this email went down, to use censor bars or blurred images of nudity, right? So
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so if you have Mary Machine Gun up and the tits are out and you got a black bar over that or your Atrocity Press logo,
they won't like it.
that's not going to
I don't
fly. You know what I mean?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is like hosting your images on your own site and just linking to it. Maybe I don't know.
The only problem is they have a line item in that original set they sent out when this whole shit broke out, specifically saying not to
can't
do
do
that or try and work around it.
Yep.
It was a real raging pain in the ass the way they had it put up, because the only thing I could come up with was just relying on like public appearances and handing people, putting people out with the QR codes. Like, this is where we're going to offer it. You won't see it on the site. And then taking big old print. I'm not going to turn it around, Larry. I don't want to demonetize you. But this is the one. This is the gorgeous little piece of art that would get me thrown off on those rules.
Is that the sudsy one?
Yeah, I got it sitting right on the other
no.
side.
You so want to turn that around. I can see it in your face.
I actually sent you guys because when I sent Christmas,
I see that you're
here's
enticed
the
by my
surprise,
daughter's
guys.
awesome
I
walking
actually
tits.
managed to have
Then
enough
bathe
money
with my
for
daughter
posters
in
to
the
send
fountain
Christmas
of
gifts to
Varna.
my
Appease the gods by lathering her
The only
boobs
thing
with
I
soapy
don't know is
suds.
if he never got his. So, but some of y'all got that.
I got mine.
I gave y'all different ones. This is the one where she's in the wet t-shirt.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, I know what you're talking
well,
about.
all
yeah.
those things, right, that you just mentioned would come into question.
Yeah.
In Lewis's case, right, he went and took off the offending images and just said he had a little box where the images used to be, and it said it's like this but without clothes.
Yeah.
You want to know how much I've been going over this stuff in my head before I got that email today? I actually got so bad.
Well, we'll get to that. Don't worry.
I actually went and read the terms of service on dues.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that too. Let me tackle this in order. Okay. So, Lewis removes that, sends it back in. Okay. Gets rejected a second time. And I think the reason was, and they weren't very clear on this one, but they just said, no, it's rejected and fuck you, no more appeals, right? But down at the bottom of his campaign, he still had images with censor bars. They were for some of his add-ons, right?
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like add-ons, you can get away with it. It seems like.
Well, you can't. Not in his case. At least not that
No.
time. Because
they got him.
Because I saw it and I said, Lewis, this is probably what they're dinging you for. You know what I mean? You still have these down at the bottom of your campaign.
Or maybe it was in the reward tiers, that stuff off to the side that maybe I heard where they were getting away with putting it in.
So, long story short, there was some back and forth. Lewis had contacted Sean from Kickstarter. Sean had escalated it. Lewis heard back from the Trust and Safety. They said, "Yeah, we reviewed it, and no, unfortunately, it's still in violation of Stripe's rules." Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, explosion, right? And I mean, like, not like fucking nuclear bomb, but there's a bit, people started speaking up, right? People start making posts. Next thing you know, news sites are starting to grab it, and they're all using Lewis's images. You know what I mean? They all are, right? Bleeding Cool. I have a Bleeding Cool article we'll pick up. Some of the bigger YouTube channels now are covering it, like Comics Tropes, with Chris, right? Talking about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it got a lot of attention, right? Which is why I think, and I want to give credit to my own channel. I'm going to pat myself on the back. We were the first ones to cover it because I saw it happen in real time with Lewis. He was like one of the first ones to get dinged by this new shit. You know what I mean? So we were covering this before like 3 weeks ago. It's only like the last few days where we're seeing the news sites really sort of pick up on the story. You know what I mean? So Kickstarter today, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, sent out an email. And I thought maybe we'd look at the email first, see what they sent out, what everyone got. Some people were wondering if it was fake. You know what I mean? It's like, we just got an email. Now you're trying to reverse course. Is this even from Kickstarter?
I've heard about this already too, earlier today.
Yeah, well, tell us what you heard, Phil, while I seek out the email.
I just heard that they're reversing their things, and it's like, well, if Stripe says something, then whatever. But we're cool. We're backing off. Our Kickstarter rules are we're going back. So that's the most I've heard. I mean, just a quick blurb about it earlier today.
But even though they rolled the rules back, I
they
still
go
don't
back
see
to
Lewis's, I still see Lewis's campaign.
They go back to the same bullshit they were doing before.
So,
or Stripe tells them what to do.
Well, here's another question on that though. Wasn't there? I haven't been able to verify it, but I've seen it in several places that one of their people on their very own team on Kickstarter had a campaign up that had two girls about ready to kiss and with censored stuff over the bobs, and it was allowed to stay up.
It wasn't allowed to stay up. It went undetected.
Oh, it just went undetected.
Yeah,
all right. I wasn't able to verify.
Phil, you gotta slow down, man. Slow down, something. About 90. All right.
He can't help going fast. He's not high.
We learned information about how they're making their detections. Stripe uses an AI to go through the campaigns. Okay, so some things are going to slip past it. Some things aren't. It looks for in particular things, and how we know this as fact is because Pat Shan. Sam, actually, you're the one that broke the news on this, so why don't you talk about that?
Well, I broke the news by way of Damian Torres. Pat Shan had been in conversation with them and with people at Kickstarter and relayed it out to a number of other professionals that he's acquainted with, works with. And Damian Torres was apparently looped into that conversation. And from what Kickstarter told Pat, again, through Damien, was that Stripe was using AI to comb through the campaigns to look for their violations. So, I'd be lying if I didn't say the first thing that crossed my mind was putting poison pills in the images.
Nightshade.
But I didn't.
I've got Nightshade.
Yeah, they got a new update in April, so if you haven't updated, update your Nightshade.
Poisoning everything I post for my shit.
But I would, like I said, I wouldn't lie if I didn't say I was about doing that. But I have not done that to the images on the campaigns I'm building. But I have.
First of all, I didn't even know about this at all. You mean we can quote unquote poison our images? So what? The AIs can't pick them up.
You download Nightshade, and it's like 8 gigs. You can get it from the University of Chicago website.
Yep.
And then you run it and you drop your images in, and it like poisons it. So when AI tries to read it to use it for training, it just sends it a bunch of garbage.
It mistags it. Basically, cats or dogs, up, down, all that kind of stuff. So it's basically screwing up the engine. So if enough people are doing it, I mean, it takes in order for this to really work, we need to get a lot more people using Nightshade, and also after you run it through Nightshade, then run it through Glaze.
Well, I think that's just a smart plan for comic book creators, is to filter your shit through that.
Using Nightshade is a little. it's time consuming.
Yes,
I'll say
because
that.
it takes a while. It takes a while to process. That's
yeah,
for
it
sure.
takes like 20 minutes to do one image.
Yeah,
it's
but if it's
shifting
your hot
pixels.
fucking cover that you don't want plagiarized or ripped off, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the thing is too is like we were using. I forget what the one we were using a couple of years ago, but the stuff we would file our copyright, and then we take the copyright image and we'd go ahead and run it through the poison pill from I think it was from UCLA or it was some California technical university that put it out, and then they got that particular development, that particular utility.
Oh, the one from Caltech?
Yeah, from Caltech. That's it. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, let me guess. Got sold to an AI company.
And
probably.
Yeah, it got sold to a tech company, and then it was taken away. You know, so
yeah.
Imagine that. But
Sam Altman bought it.
I'm not. Now I want to be very clear. I am not suggesting. I am not asking. I am not even putting forth an offering that you should engage in a little digital revolution by poison pilling all of your art after you file your copyrights. And for the love of God, don't send that version to your printer, because you'll rapidly have to find a new printer when you fucked your stuff up.
Yeah.
But you know, if you don't trust the machine, I said the other day on a video I did, feed the artist, starve the machine. You know, and
well, the Wheelers
In
don't
this
want to
case,
feed
the
artist.
machine.
The
some
Wheelers certainly want
poison.
to feed the machine.
Larry, I'm going to baptize you in my church.
Yeah,
you have to learn the scripture, son.
the scripture.
Yes.
In the words of the prophet.
Oh,
we're gonna set you down with the first book of the truth, chapter 1, verse 4. The prophet spoke unto him. But we're not going to cause drama. But you and I will have a discussion on the virtues of religion.
Well, look, no, but when we get to the Wheeler section, there is a Wheeler section. They made a post on Twitter gloating that they can save now thousands of dollars because they're going to start coloring their comics with AI, and they can do it consistently, is the claim.
Yeah, I saw that.
Asshole.
Yeah, show me that post.
And the
it
reason
didn't
I
look
saw
that good.
No.
Yeah, well, I
It
thought
wasn't
maybe
consistent
we
either.
would analyze that here in a little bit, and just
That's about the right term for it, man.
analyze it.
Yes, that's a polite form of the complex verb boot to ass.
Well, back to this. Here's the message I think we all got today. And it starts, and it's a very short little message here, and it goes, "We got it wrong." You
Translation, we fucked up.
You think, yeah. A note to our creator community. Last week, we released a set of updates to our rules around mature content. The rules didn't land the way that we intended. No shit. And the response...
We were there. We know.
And the response from our community let us know loud and clear. Oh, I can get louder. That we got it wrong.
A few thousand videos. Yeah, I bet they got the word.
So we're going back to the drawing board. And yes, that means we're going back to our previous rules. We owe you an explanation of what happened and where we go from here. Read our note to our community. And then I got that open up right here. And this is the note. But before we go on, you wake up, Sam, right? You're at work or whatever. You're crawling through your email. You see this pop up. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you read this?
I had actually I was working. I was about to take a break. I'm working remotely from home today, and my alert goes off on my phone that I have an email from Kickstarter. And I am in between calls. I'm about to go on break. So I check and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, okay. So the first thing that crossed my mind is they're like, yeah, we owe you an apology. I'm like, but you owe Luis Torres 10 grand.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I'll accept your apology with good grace. I want everyone to understand something. I'm not saying I'm going to keep using Kickstarter where I am.
Well, some of us got no choice. That's the only place where we make money,
Right. But
that's where the people are.
But guys, you got to get your shit together. Whether it be, changing what you're going to do about the creator council, whether it is about what you're going to do about mature subject content, changing policies on AI generated content.
Yeah.
Remember when Kickstarter wouldn't let you have any AI generated materials on their site? I do.
They don't care now.
Yeah.
No.
And quit letting AI scan your freaking shit without having a human check it out, because it's
Phil.
always wrong.
Phil, for the
Sorry.
love of God, stop
Go
yelling
ahead.
in my ears, son.
Sorry. Go ahead, bud.
I think my bell just got rung a little bit. Anyway, but the whole thing, I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay. So I messaged Larry, I messaged a few other people, and during lunch break, I actually had a really interesting conversation with a distributor I know, who he brought up that there may be some influence from OnlyFans being exerted and affecting Kickstarter. And then it occurred to me, and we had a little discussion about, well, why don't we just put our not safe for work stuff on OnlyFans? I mean,
for the link, you mean? For a
No.
link to see the uncensored stuff?
right? Why not just put, your Naughty Bits covers and such on OnlyFans?
Well, the thing is, though, the general comic book buying public is going to be on Kickstarter, though.
You put your non-Naughty Bits on Kickstarter.
Okay, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Phil, can I
Yep.
ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think the gooners that go for like the crazy not safe for work Kickstarter
Aren't over on.
are not on OnlyFans?
I don't know. I don't know the demographics or the numbers on that, so I can't say.
Desperate
But
males,
yeah,
nerdy males.
Well, I know that Stripe is the credit card processor for the Safe for Work OnlyFans material.
And they
Right,
have a
but not-
different
So,
one
then
for the other.
Them
CC
being
Bill
attached-
does the naughty
Yeah.
end.
Yes, they do. And the fact that OnlyFans and Stripe will work together, knowing that OnlyFans is a mostly pornography site, seems kind of hypocritical to me.
Well, I like the idea, Sam, of where you're kind of going with this. Like, post it up on OnlyFans, right? Because it is material that's suited for that site. Okay. The problem I have is not that people won't see it, but how are you selling it? Like, you can't sell through the site, right? I assume. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's the thing. I haven't worked out the bug zone. We just started this conversation at lunchtime, right? So
I think you can sell digital through fucking OnlyFans if you wanted to, because it's just like
well, I
selling
would
anything
assume,
else,
and
right?
again, we know about assumption, but let me get this thought out, and then you
the
guys can go.
last time
Hold
I was on
hold
Only,
Don't you have to have, much like TikTok, say X amount of followers before they'll let you have a shop and bullshit like that?
No, I mean, OnlyFans, like, if, say you're an OnlyFans chick and you're trying to sell a video, right? It's a digital thing. You sell it to one of your subscribers or gooners or whatever the hell you want to call them, and, you make your $29. I don't know how much percentage OnlyFans takes.
We need
'cause
like
I
an
don't have
OnlyFans expert out there. You know what I mean?
All right, who's got feet pics up on OnlyFans? Come and let us know.
But I ran that scenario through my head about like, maybe Nyobi should have an OnlyFans, but what the fuck would I really post there? You know what I mean? I mean, we got all kinds of stuff, that we've used throughout the years, but I don't, I mean, really to make use of that, Nyobi would have to
don't
be,
really,
nude, right?
You don't do a lot of nudity, so I mean, you could just do a Patreon if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
My question is, with this, does Kickstarter have an exclusive deal with Stripe that they only use Stripe?
I'm sure
or
they do.
If that's not the case,
As
doesn't
I'm
it come down
aware
like
and what I've
OnlyFans,
heard,
where they have two of them, right? On OnlyFans, one for safe and one for
Yep.
not.
They do.
So, but the thing is,
OnlyFans uses 3 processors.
Well, look,
actually.
Russ
They use
Cassidy-
right?
Stripe,
Well, here's my point. Here's
CC
my
Bill, and something
hold on. Here's my point. They're using two separate ones there, and I think the reason they're able to do that and that works is because they definitely have age authentication on there. So, is it an issue if they don't have an exclusive deal with Stripe on
that is the
Kickstarter
issue.
that they could just put?
No, they have an exclusive deal with Stripe on Kickstarter.
Okay, that
And I
explains
know
it. Then.
this
All right,
through Russ
never mind.
Cassidy, who's had several meetings now because he
Right.
represents a lot of different people on Kickstarter. You know what I mean? So he's
'Cause I was gonna
had these talks already.
I was going to say, because the simple solution would be do age verification on Kickstarter and have two separate processing companies.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Yeah, they probably won't. I mean, you're really the only thing people can probably do to avoid it is the same thing that Polito did and just start running your own Kickstarter shit, crowdfunding shit on your own site.
Yeah.
That's about the
Well,
only way
that's it.
around it.
If you've got the audience
Even
for
then,
it,
you're
but
still
like we
dealing
say
with a
again,
payment processor of some sort,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Well, yeah, but I mean, you just don't use Stripe.
yeah,
Don't use
Yep.
the biggest one in the world that everyone uses.
Use authorized net or CC bill if you're doing.
The thing
nude
is, guys on
pornography
our
stuff.
level, I mean, I'm sure we'll get a handful of people to come to our site, but not like Kickstarter. Like if I try to run my
No.
own crowdfunder and I get like an average of 300 backers on Kickstarter, maybe 15 of them fucking show up to the
Yeah,
other site. You know what I
that's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
and yeah,
I mean, Polito's got a huge rabid fan base, so he can do that.
and he's a trusted source. That's the other thing with going outside of Kickstarter too, especially with some of these new funding places that want to try and pop up. It's like the general populace trust Kickstarter right now. They don't trust some new entity they don't know anything about, and there's not a lot of people there in the first place.
An apology, rethinking our mature content guidelines, an essay, if you will. So we're going to take a look at this. Last week, we released a set of updates to our rules around mature content. It was our first time publishing a set of detailed guidelines for adult-oriented content on Kickstarter. And honestly, we botched it. The rules didn't land the way that we intended, and the response from our community let us know loud and clear that we got it wrong. Our goal with these updates was to give creators more clarity up front so they can make informed decisions about their projects before they launch. The actual impact was the opposite for some. Yeah, no shit. When you suspend campaigns,
way.
yeah, that kind of happens. More confusion, more uncertainty, and real fear that a platform that you have counted on to provide space for your creative expressions is turning its back on you. You deserve better. So we're going back to the drawing board, and yes, that means we're going back to our previous rules. But first, we owe you a clearer explanation of what happened. Let's just pause there. Sam, you look like you're ready to say something, bro.
You know, I've been on this planet a long time. My bullshit detector is pretty finely tuned. I think at this point we need hip boots and gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing from Kickstarter, when I read through it, I was like, nice damage control with not actually changing anything. Good job, guys.
So my thing about this is this, okay? If they want to, and I'll forego like some of the language choices that were made by an executive, if they want to put forth that they are, the counterculture, get people funded, then you've got to also not only understand that some of your people are going to be enjoying things that you don't. Now, mind you, I'm completely on board with like banning the illegal stuff. Absolutely, keep the kid stuff out of there. We want those guys in prison or in a wood chipper. That's fine. Keep the stuff that's non-consensual out of there. Where people have been taking snapshots of people without their knowledge. Definitely keep that shit out of there.
Censoring Luis Torres because he flashed a pair of titties on his Pyro Vixen cover is not,
and the thing too is,
I'm like, it's like they're tits and it's art. And they're of age.
It's not a live image. Yeah.
And did anyone else notice that they only comments about nude imagery were for female nudes?
Yeah.
Did anyone else notice that in the text? Not
Yep,
once
I
did they
did.
contemplate barring nude images.
I didn't see anywhere where
All
it
right.
said dong.
Let's test that theory, Sam. Your next project, I want you to have a nude male and his big schlong hanging out and see how fast that takes to get flagged.
Okay.
Here's the thing I have on this
We
particular
did male
area.
nude on a Human Hunters cover once.
Yeah.
Right. Here's my thing on this particular area. They said, oh, we got it wrong. Here's the thing. They shouldn't be rolling out new rules in the middle of people's campaigns. If somebody already had a campaign when they decided to roll out these rules, they should have let their campaigns finish, and then anything that was from
someone starting a campaign.
Well, I think what Phil's saying is that you shouldn't apply it to campaigns that have already been approved.
They're randomly
Right.
selected dudes by the AI. They're not sitting there. A person's not sitting there going through Kickstarter and looking for infringements. They're getting
I know that.
notifications from an AI saying that here's the list of projects that are impossible violation.
Here's my point. Okay, I'm sorry, Phil. Go on, man.
I was just gonna say it just adds to my list of, and fuck AI. That's all I got.
They're still going to use AI. Here's my position on this. If that's what Stripe is going to do, if they're going to police their customers, and Stripe, handles the 99% of the transaction for Shopify last time I heard, so we're at the mercy of that for all your Shopify sites. But if they're going to do that, then my suggestion is to have their AI scan campaigns during the submission when they're waiting for approval, right? So that people aren't launching campaigns that you're going to then strike and cause irreparable damage to the creator's reputation.
Yeah, I'd rather not make.
And also,
go ahead.
Since it's so fallible, that if it does flag something, there needs to be a human entity that then goes over it to make sure that it did not screw up when it was reading the images.
Yeah, you can do that. You can appeal it, and Lewis did. You know what I mean? That's not the problem.
I'm saying it should be automatic. If it gets flagged, they should have people. I mean, they're not going to have people to look through all of it. They can have AI do that. But if it flags something, then you have a human damn entity look it over to make sure AI didn't screw up, because all the testing has come out. A lot of these AI engines are wrong 56% of the time.
Where'd you get the 56 number?
That was from the safety standards companies, third-party companies that the people send their AI engines off to check for safety and all those kind of guidelines. It came from third-party testing entities that the AI engine people use.
AI is wrong a lot. I mean, it's like, it's so bad. It's like there's memes now. It's like, hey AI, is this mushroom safe to eat?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because that has come out. Somebody put out.
I died. It's like, oh, you're right. That wasn't
somebody
safe to
put
eat.
out an AI generated. It's an actual thing. Somebody put out an AI generated mushroom hunting guide. A family used it. It was wrong, and it killed a couple of the people in the family, saying that it was a safe edible mushroom.
Well, you're dumb if you're going to trust AI like that.
Yeah,
well, if they didn't know the book was AI, though,
that's true. But I mean, if you're going to trust AI with your life, you got a problem.
Right, you use AI for simple research, and when it seems kind of funny, you do a deeper dive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you go to what was your source? Oh, it was QAnon.com. Okay, we're gonna skip that one.
Why we created the new rules, mature content policy. The updates to the rules were driven by requirements from our payment processor, Stripe. Stripe operates underneath its own legal and compliance requirements, separate from Kickstarter's own rules. Well, that's sort of the problem there. You guys aren't conjoined. Even when Stripe's rules are dictated by a larger system shaped by financial institutions that govern how money moves globally, under this system, many platforms, including other crowdfunding creator monetization platforms, struggle with how to create space for mature content while getting the creators of that work paid without friction. Yeah, well, that's sort of the problem, right? Is when you stop a campaign halfway through, someone like Lewis, who's earned 10 grand, maybe he needs 5 of that grand to continue paying his team, and now you took that away and people are fucked. What do you think?
No, I agree. I mean, that's why I like the idea of it like being scanned like when you submit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if they want to change their policy, that policy should change as of that day. And then anything moving forward that is submitted should be
under that new
policy.
policy.
To the new policy. It shouldn't be retroactive terms of service to something they've already approved.
Right. That's exactly what I was saying, man. It's like you don't do that in the middle of campaign, change the rules after you've already submitted under a different set of. Yeah, but that's fucking wrong.
Well, I mean, Stripe has the power to cancel a campaign before you launch it, during its launch, after it's launched, when it's in late pledges, whenever the hell they feel like doing it. They can pull the plug. And they state that in this email. That's why we are running up against. Over the past several months, we've seen a growing number of campaigns that have already been approved on Kickstarter get suspended by Stripe mid-funding. Took the words right out of my mouth. When that happens, it's devastating. A creator's project can be frozen with funds in limbo, sometimes weeks into a campaign they spent months or even years building. This is it, man.
I think that this week I'll draft an open letter to Kickstarter, email it to them, and then put it up on the socials, and we'll see if anyone likes it enough to support it. And
That'd be a short ass email. Go fuck yourself.
I'm not gonna tell them that because I'm still gonna use the platform. But I mean, we have brought up some really important important points rather that can be used to satisfy the credit card processing overlords, and also give creators a fair metric and to expect how their campaigns are going to be treated after they've been approved.
Well, once they've been approved, they should be at that point untouchable, unless if you're going in and modifying it after the fact.
Right, and if someone makes a habit of doing that, then they should probably be booted. Right? I mean, honestly, they should probably be banned. Maybe for a year, maybe for 6 months, whatever.
Well, I think if you make an edit, you should have to get it reapproved.
Reapproved.
That's a good idea, Max. I like that. That's a good idea. And the thing is, too, is like they can have their AI scan it and this flag, hey, this particular image may violate the terms of service. Send it for a human to review.
Exactly.
And boom, just that easy. Something that AI is actually capable of doing. Because here's the thing. And again, I'm not a neo-Luddite. I understand that there are a lot of functions that AI can accomplish.
Yeah.
There are some really key elements where it will save human lives.
Oh yeah,
but let's put the resources into that instead of some of this other crap where they're jamming it into every fucking thing.
Well,
the general public's getting sick of it being jammed at every aspect of everything.
Well, I know that like
just,
they've been using it for medical imaging, and the medical imaging has actually been, was it like 80-something% better than humans?
Yeah, it's
catching cool.
Same with protein folding.
Right, and to get more brute force, we've seen it starting to be used in projects for detecting landmines, based on the outgassing of different nitrogen compounds. So
nice.
Yeah, I mean the technology's been there for since the 90s, but being able to distinguish it requires some really sophisticated computations, which is something that AI can do. But I think that some of the key points that we've already brought up would have made this whole kerfluffle just a lot easier. And if they had you remember the Creator Console, Max, when they put that thing out to
I do.
Yeah. I was up for running on that. I believe you were too, if I'm not mistaken. And
I was.
And we didn't get
and then it went nowhere.
And I'm not sore about not winning. I'm not. But I think that if they had run it past people who actually, are in the trenches and working on this stuff and said, hey, what do you think about this? They would have said, this is a horrible fucking idea.
The people that got onto that council most of them were just like individual creators. They weren't publishers doing, I mean, shit, Atrocity Press has done 18 books now.
Damn.
So.
Yeah.
Why not have someone who has some actual fucking experience and some publishing under their belt instead of one guy doing one book that he is a vanity project,
Yep.
Right. Put Madeline Holly Rossing on there, right? Put what's another good one? Put Pat Shand on there, take and put oh crap, what's the dude? The fine artist guy from Europe, the dude who does all the anatomy and posing how to draw books. Folks like that, get people who have attributed histories of success on the platform. And
so basically like a focus group, like they would for a movie.
Well, no, it's more like they put them in front of the proposed purpose of that council was to help develop, and enhance the Kickstarter experience for all creators. They wanted to be, hey, we're going to come up with new features and refine our processes and all that. And I'm with Max. I don't think it really went anywhere.
No, it didn't.
Right.
I mean, they created it and then they disbanded it.
It was a really good idea in theory, and I just think that maybe either they weren't listening to the people who were there, or maybe the people who were there weren't contributing. I don't know.
Or they didn't want to hear what the people there had to say.
I think that it's a good idea, and I think what they should do is not only bring that back, but make the activity of that creator council public. Make it transparent. They're a public benefit corporation. Transparency should be a given. And it's not like your competition is anywhere near close. I mean, 7 years ago,
Kickstarter Live.
Yes, I mean Kickstarter. I miss Kickstarter Live.
Dan's
so
been
much.
advocating for that for the last 5 years.
I know, man. I miss Kickstarter Live. That was freaking great. We used to, for those of you who don't know what Kickstarter Live was, Kickstarter used to have a built-in kind of streaming capability. And so you would see a lot of creators on Kickstarter who were funding things like getting their band's CD pressed, right? This was, because they wanted something they could actually sell physically at conventions and concerts and such, getting T-shirts made and things like that. And they would literally have concerts on Kickstarter Live. We had there was a lady who she was getting funding together to get her stage material together. She was a gospel singer. She was absolutely fantastic. Out of Memphis, wonderful voice. And she would fund like $7,000-$8,000 sometimes. She did like 4 or 5 Kickstarters. And there was a really fantastic metal band made of these dudes from St. Louis and Chicago. And they were, I forget what the name of the band was, but they were an all-black American metal band. And they were just freaking hard as nails, man. Absolutely fantastic. Comedians and people who wanted to put together burlesque shows, and people who were painters who were trying to fund their studios, doing live painting streams on their Kickstarter Live. We actually used it and did a live TTRPG session, the very first game session Alexia Veldhausen ever played in, right? Her first time with D&D. And we had, I think, 150 people watching at one point. It was a really, I'm keep in mind, we have a pretty small audience, right? But 150 people watching us play D&D on Kickstarter Live. Fuck yeah, man. And so I understand there's a lot of resources that go into supporting a live stream feature, but damn, it's so much fun. But there's other things too. So I'd really like to get a chance to talk to the guy who heads up comics. I'd like to speak to the other guys at Kickstarter. So maybe we can put together, like I said, I'll put together an open letter and see if we can get a conversation going with them. And I'll talk to a couple other creators I know and see what their thoughts are.
Well, I think the last thing they want to do is jump on some small YouTube channel and get in a back and forth with someone about this. You know what I mean?
Well, we just won't give them the back and forth then. We'll just have a polite, orderly discourse and say, this is our opinion, and keep the emotion
send an open letter. I mean, then
get a coalition going.
Yeah.
Whenever that happened, we advocated for those creators directly with Stripe. And in some cases, we were able to get mid-campaign enforcement reversed so creators could finish their campaigns. We fought those battles because we believed in the work and because creators deserve to see their campaigns through. We recognize, though, that enforcement against Kickstarter's approved campaigns would continue. And that meant there could be more cases where our advocacy for creators wouldn't result in the reversal of a suspension. Faced with
anytime it was over $50,000, we fought for you because we wanted that money.
And that's because Max DeVille speaks corporate bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. He understands what they're saying between the lines.
Let me read the next 2 paragraphs here, and then we'll get into corporate bullshit. Faced with the realization that creators would continue getting caught with the gap between our rules and Stripes, we thought the best path forward was to close the gap, giving creators one set of rules within the work with versus having to navigate 2 different policy philosophies. That was the intent, but the decision was made was an abandonment of the core counterculture. Fuck the establishment, as he writes here. Spirit of Kickstarter, and it left our community vulnerable. Yeah, but even if you're going to go with the rebellious, fuck the establishment, and that's what the message you're going to try and send us, and we go, yeah, fuck the establishment, and we upload all of our fuck the establishment projects thinking we're little rebels, and then we all get fucking banned? What then?
Kickstarter is the establishment in crowdfunding.
No, I mean by Stripe.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say. But the reality of it is Kickstarter is the standard. They didn't do it first, but they did it best early on. and took the early lead and maintained that advantage by gathering in creators of a variety of sorts, including those who are creating not safe for work content. I'm just saying, guys, if you're going to start censoring stuff based on what an outside party is telling you on your website, you're going to start sliding down a slippery slope.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like Kickstarter brings in enough money that you think they would be able to have some kind of pull with Stripe to go, hey, we need to deal with this, dudes. You know, because that's a lot of money to lose unless they're under a set contract where they have so many years with Stripe. That's like, look, we're going to get another processor if you guys aren't willing to work within our frame.
What we're doing now.
So,
go ahead,
according to Google's AI overview, Kickstarter typically processes over $700 million in pledges per year for their successful campaigns. And of course, that last part is redundant because they only process fees for successful campaigns. And so if Stripe is taking their percentage out of that, they're probably seeing, what would that be, Max? Like $12 million a year?
It's 2.9%. So whatever that would be.
Right.
What we're doing now, the decision we made wasn't the right one. In an attempt to create rules that could work across both Kickstarter and Stripe, we rolled out something that was so restrictive and too far removed from what we actually believe. Now, I'm going to pause it here, and I know I just sort of started this, but we have someone in the back.
$20.3 million per annum.
There you go.
Welcome to the
it's
show,
not a lot, but
Nick Capone.
Yo, Nick.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight?
What's going on,
How
brother?
you doing,
you in a
man?
minute, dude.
Yeah, how you doing, dude?
What's up, Don Capone?
I am good. I just came home from dinner, and I'm just back grinding on pages.
Back to the grind. And so, Nick, I assume that you woke up like everyone else today to an apology email from Kickstarter.
I actually didn't get the invite, sadly. I found it online. I even checked my email. I'm like, damn, I guess I didn't make the cut, Kickstarter. I didn't get no email, no notification, nothing. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
Well, I'm sure, though, you've seen all the screenshots and read it by now, though, right?
Oh, yeah. So
You haven't had enough tits in your Kickstarter.
I guess I didn't make the cut, so I guess I'm saved. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's what I got from that message, like, all right, they apologized, but it also had a kind of don't shoot the messenger kind of approach where
100%.
Yeah, so we'll see. They're reverting back to the rules for now. I guess, keep your ears perked and your eyes wide open. Just make sure, if I don't know, this is definitely not the end of it. But
I mean, even reverting back to their old rules, like the shitty rules that no one liked, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, what have they really changed?
Yeah.
That's not going to stop the Stripe AI bots from flagging shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So, like they're saying, yeah, we won't stop you, but we can't stop Stripe from stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We'll protect you, but if the bully comes, we're getting out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like some paying protection money to the mafia. We won't burn your place down, but someone else might.
Yeah, it won't be Nick Capone. He was at my house that night.
Yeah.
So they go on to say here, obviously the illegal stuff is still going to be illegal. Everything that Sam brought up a little earlier. Then they go on to say, this isn't the easiest route. This means at any point, whether that is before launch, while a campaign is live, or after it ends, while the creator is still collecting pledges made via pledge over time or late pledges, Stripe can, and probably will, still suspend a campaign that Kickstarter has approved. With that reality of operating within our payment system, we don't fully control. When that happens, we will advocate for you as we have been. And we'll do our best to help you understand what adjustments you need to make for your project to make it supportable by Stripe. But we can't guarantee the outcome. to help creators understand what Stripe allows. We're adding a note about their policies and a link to their guidelines here, and there's a link that we can click on. And you have full visibility to the broader landscape of rules you're operating in before you launch. We also put together this guide to help creators understand common review triggers. And I think that's something we really should have a look at. And make informed decisions about how they present mature content publicly on Kickstarter to reduce the risk of disruption. So I'll pause it there and just let you guys jump in, man. What do you think? We have these guidelines, this guide. I'll click on it. Let's see what it gives us. Now, this might be the same guide that we've seen before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it says here, here's the Kickstarter continues to support a wide variety of projects over the past several months. We've seen a growing number of campaigns that have been approved by Kickstarter get flagged by Stripe, our payment processor, during or after launch. Stripe operates underneath its own legal and compliance requirements separate from Kickstarter's, and can review projects at any point before launch, again after launch, whenever they want. With those situations arise, Kickstarter advocates directly for creators and works with Stripe to request additional review whenever possible. In some cases, still decisions have been reversed, and others they have not. This guide is intended to help creators better understand the kinds of content and presentation approaches that may trigger additional review from Stripe. While we can't guarantee and control how Stripe enforces its rules, we've outlined examples and tips of how you should present your Kickstarter in a way that reduces risk of disruption. In other words, what is the Stripe AI looking for? That's how I would translate this, okay?
That sounds like a fair interpretation.
No shit, right? So,
well, let me say something.
Yeah, jump in,
quick.
man.
Okay. Now I understand that Visa and MasterCard, they have their own requirements when it comes to content. Like they don't like, adult stuff. I get it. So Stripe just goes ahead and falls in line with them, and then Kickstarter falls in line with Stripe. But the reasoning is wrong, okay? Because the reason that they don't like to fund adult content is because there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of fraud when it comes to like porno sites and stuff like that, because people will steal credit card number and drop it in there and look at their porn and do their thing. But this is not that, this is buying something.
Well, I would think this is more about they just don't want like the bad PR. You ever go to a convention and they look at your material, we're a family-friendly con. You know what I mean?
But I mean, there's financial requirements for risk and all that stuff, and porn is considered high risk, so they don't do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Many things. I think Authorized Net and CC Bill are one of the only two that do it.
That's the thing. They probably take a higher percentage since they take the higher risk items.
They do.
I would expect so.
Yeah, Russ had broken that down in a post I saw on Facebook. He actually brought up that they charge a little bit more. I think it was 7 or 8% as opposed to the 3 or whatever or 4 that Kickstarter supposedly or Stripe supposedly charges. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
So Kickstarter rules prohibit pornography and illegal content. Clearly, projects are also subjected by review by payment processors like Stripe, which again operates its own thing. So here are the 10 most common reasons. It doesn't say 10. The most common reasons we've seen projects flagged by Stripe, and these include censored or obscured versions of nudity and sexual acts, such as blurred or blocked images. If the underlying image includes sex acts or explicit nudity, it is not permitted. So the AI is looking for censor bars. Okay. Sample pages or previews of rewards that contain nudity or sex acts. Changes made to a project approval or after launch that introduce content that may fall outside of Kickstarter or Stripe's policy. So if you are modifying your content, that's probably automatically triggering something to come back and take a second look. Okay. Can I use words like not safe for work, adult, or explicit to describe my project or reward tiers on my campaign page? Generally, yes. I like how they say generally.
If you want it flagged right away, go ahead.
You can be transparent with backers about the nature of your project. In fact, you probably should be, including labeling tiers or add-ons as mature, explicit, or not safe for work. However, because Stripe may review these projects differently depending on presentation, creators should be thoughtful about how these projects are framed publicly. In other words, it's going to pick up on those words. Plain and simple. I mean,
I think yes and no. I think just to add on just presentation, if it's like, say, not safe for work, like words like that, I think fine. But if you start using words like I don't know, fucking blowjobs and bukkake and like very like beyond explicit words,
right?
I think that's maybe what it would kind
I
of.
thought I heard it was triggering even keywords like nude and stuff like that, like simple stuff.
Because that is going to be, say like say I'm running the AI and I want the AI to catch everything that could be a possible violation of their not safe for work policy. The very first word I'm keen to look for is not safe for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can type whatever you want in your Kickstarter. It'll make it a lot easier for the AI to pick it up.
Yeah. You're going to have to reevaluate your words. It'll be like, instead of adult content, grown human content or something. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But one thing too, and I mean, it's not. I think every person who puts out a not safe for work book does this, obviously. But if you thought you were being transparent then, now it's like you just have to be even more, I guess, specifically transparent. Like even like with my campaigns, I'm always transparent. I put like a rating, like what what to expect in this book without I won't show obviously the violent pages, the money shot pages, unfortunately, especially in today's climate with Kickstarter. But like I still would say, like, look, this is for older audiences. There's violence, there's blood, there's gore, and then go accordingly with that. Like I definitely wouldn't show that stuff. But even even if there was like a not safe for work cover, like, look, I guess I could say I lucked out in period number 4 because I did have a not safe for work cover, but this is before this BS with this AI bot happened. But like even then, I was very, very clear. Like it's intended for adult audiences. Do not, give this book to a child. Do not give this book. Like
we say all of our books are mature audiences. I mean, there's not a lot of. Like, I don't think there's been sex in any of our books. I mean, I don't even know if there's maybe a couple kisses. That's about it.
What about the alley scene?
That one in Dark America, that was pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
but
I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just I've read everything, and that's the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean that one was pretty, but still, you really can't see anything. It's all blocked.
It's implied. It's implied.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do make not safe for work covers with nudity on it because, I mean, I'll just be honest, they're our best-selling covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's what people want.
That's what Gooners want.
People can goon over my characters all they want, dude.
I know.
I've actually had the opposite experience. Like we did 2 not safe for work covers for Rain, and neither one of them sold well. And then I understand that the Tibby main cover is not safe for work, but it's a gorgeous work of art.
Yeah. That's another thing. They're not looking at this stuff as art. They're looking at it as porn.
Yeah. Even if there's no glurp involved, they're automatically, oh my God, I think I see a part of a nipple.
And that's not something AI can distinguish between. You can't make a value judgment based upon your cultural norms and mores,
Or misinterpreting a line.
Yeah.
Well, what should you do if Stripe Sam does flag your project? Well, they got some suggestions for you, okay?
Sue the shit out of them comes to mind.
Make updates to bring the project into compliance. Review your project page, imagery, and preview content, and reward descriptions for content that may fall outside of Stripe's policies.
Right.
Make any updates you believe to be appropriate, and reply directly once changes have been completed so the project can be reviewed again. Number 2, request an exception. If you believe a project was flagged in error or still could be supportable underneath Stripe's policies, Kickstarter may request a second review or exception from Stripe to allow the campaign to continue as is. Exceptions are determined by Stripe and cannot be guaranteed. You would please respond within the time frame noted in our communications so that we continue working with you on the next steps, which was 5 days that they gave Lewis. If we don't hear back, you may need to take action or we suspend your project. If Stripe ultimately determines that your project is not supportable by its policies, the project may be suspended. No, it will be suspended. We know these situations can be disruptive and frustrating. We'll continue to work with creators to navigate the policies. Go ahead, Max.
You couldn't kickstart a National Geographic magazine.
Oh, damn.
I mean, think about that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, they do have in their policy stuff about documentaries and educational uses of nudity that they allow. They do state that, right? So something like National Geographic probably would fly. You know,
maybe. I mean, but the AI's not going to care,
right?
You know, I mean,
but it's artistically tasteful too. Should be added into there.
Yeah.
I mean, is the painting of the Venus de Milo is that
right?
We can't do that.
Are they going to ban the next Frazetta collection? You know,
Yep.
I mean, honestly, that's one thing. I talked about this in a video I did the other day. I mean, I don't want to see the next generation's Frazetta or Elmore or Ron Spencer get pushed to the side by one of the main channels that artists can use to generate revenue to make a living. You know,
this stuff all just reminds me. I mean, it's just like such a flashback to the days of the Satanic Panic and the PMRC, man.
The moral majority and Tipper Gore. That's what's
on
my mind.
Happening. That's happening everywhere lately. You know.
I wonder why.
Trying to divert attention from the other stuff that's going on.
It's like there's like this group in Facebook, and they made like this huge long list of all these goth and industrial bands, and they said which ones are problematic because of one reason or another. And I was like, whoa, this is like full on PMRC shit right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Let me guess. Tipper was in there with, you know, her little pointer going, and this one says a bad word on the first line, and this one worships the devil.
And they said poop in this song. Burn them.
The list has come out now for all these goth industrial bands. It's just a bunch of these fucking baby bat people that my Doc Martens have more fucking time on the dance floor than they have in the scene.
Yeah.
And they're trying to fucking tell people what's what, and you have to be this in order to be gothic, or you have to do this. And I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No one cares.
No one cares.
Because
We're counterculture, but we follow every fucking media
rule.
sting.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You can't make rules for punk and goth culture.
Right. I was just going to say punk.
Because that's kind of like the exact opposite of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these punk rock people like, you can't be conservative and be punk. I'm like, dude, you can be whatever you want and be punk. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can be a fucking communist, or you can be a
but
Nazi,
punk
really.
is rooted in more of a liberal small L.
It's just anarchy, man. It's chaos. It doesn't matter. You know, it's everything. When
it was basically it was just anti-establishment, period.
Yeah, when I was growing up, there was Nazi punk bands, and there were communist punk bands, and then there was everything in between. You know,
there was actually the Holy Rollers, the choir boy punk band. Do you remember those, Max?
Yeah,
those dudes, those guys went hard too. Don't lie. But they were a Christian choral punk band, and they were badass.
Yeah,
I was going to say, from what I remember back in the day of punk, you say those were around, but the hardcore punks and all the punks back in my day, the punks would go chase off and kick the neo-Nazi punks' asses because they were just plain. They were doing just god awful shit to people.
Yeah, I mean,
they always do that.
There's always
I
been
mean,
a war between like skinheads and punks. You know what I
all
mean?
you had to do was look at the colors of their fucking laces in their boots.
Yeah, see if they had suspenders and their head shaved, and generally it was probably a skinhead.
Exactly.
Going back
You know,
to
And you just stay away from those people.
little good old fashioned American street violence.
we're a little off track here. Let's go back to Kickstarter for a minute.
Okay. Well,
fuck the
we're
rules.
talking about censorship, so it kind of
Sure,
fits.
I get you. But now I got a question for the panel. I'm going to throw the ball around. We're going to start with Sam, then Max, then Nick, and then you, Phil. If you don't really run a campaign, but you work with people that do.
Right.
The new rules, Sam. They taketh away. We don't really know what the fucking stance is anymore. How does this affect you with your next campaign? Does it?
Well, I mean, I've already started changing because I hadn't submitted Reign of Ages 4 for approval yet, and then I went in and made a few changes just to make sure like some of the language wasn't gonna be fucking problematic. I hate self-censoring, but I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna keep it as tame as I can. We don't have any not safe for work covers on this one, and put it out. My bigger concern as far as for coming campaigns is Tibby and her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms issue 2. I'm seriously thinking about either taking the NSFW cover and only making it available through the direct market, or putting on a secondary platform. That's one of the reasons I was looking at dues. There's no campaigns live on it. There's everything incoming soon.
I'm gonna want you to bring that up in a minute, right? Like you had a whole screen that you're going to share with us, so I do want you to present to the class here in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's a site I do want to talk about. I thought I did see projects that were going up on there, but
No, there's everything coming soon right now.
It's
When
all
you click
coming
on
soon.
campaigns. Yeah, including Cherry. Cherry's coming soon. I thought that was a nice.
It's kind of a big book, for not safe for work, comics.
Yeah.
It's Archie spinoff. Max DeVille. Does this you and Johnny, you guys, make
Dude, we're just gonna wait. I mean, I'm gonna wait until Kickstarter figures out what the real fucking rules are before I even submit.
Right.
Because I've got to figure a way to work around it. Because as I said, our not safe for work covers are our hottest sellers.
Yeah.
So if we can't sell those, then
kind of fucked.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Nick Capone.
I mean,
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Max.
Maybe just do your standard stuff and then make the not safe for work stuff only available through your own website, or I don't know, but it's gonna kill sales. No matter how if you have to move it off of Kickstarter. I mean, asking someone to click something else on the internet is tantamount to fucking
I
heresy
gotta make
these
another
days.
fucking account. Screw that.
Exactly.
No.
Nick Capone, I've asked you this question before, but now that we've seen Kickstarter retract some of this, now does this make you feel any better, or are you still on the fence? What say you?
Well, I think it's still and I hate to sound like this because essentially, I feel bad for all the craze it's going to affect. I don't think it really will affect me gravely. Even joking about it earlier when I showed up, I didn't even get the email for both, for both things that happened in the course of this week. So I don't know if they don't see me as their targeted creator for this kind of stuff, but
I'll make sure that you're on the list. All right.
Yeah.
You just made the list.
I mean, I've always been very transparent on my campaigns. Not that no one else has been, but my book was never branded as a not safe for work book, and it really wasn't until the last campaign where I dabbled with the idea of a not safe for work cover. So I am still going to stick with status quo. I'm definitely going to proofread my campaign to make sure things are loud and clear, but also I guess meet the requirements of what they're asking. Unfortunately, there was a not safe for work cover planned for my Cinderella Kickstarter. But unfortunately we had to shelf it. And we're still getting this, we're still getting a cover by this artist, but it's just going to be the safe for work option. We have another campaign we're launching in August. And that one was also going to have a not safe for work cover. Again, I have the cover in my possession, but we can only now, I'm just going to use the safe for work version. It's just, I want to see how this all plays out within like another month or so. With you know, they're gonna handle people still pushing not safe for work covers. If I feel the coast is somewhat clear, then I might bring those covers back. But for now, my books are still gonna be for like they're gonna be rated R, but I'm gonna hold off on like the more nudie stuff for a while. And frankly, I think the foundation of even purity, no one, I still did okay numbers without the not safe for work covers, but like what Max said, like it's really nice to see those numbers because like in the previous campaign that I had, the numbers for the not safe for work cover that I put out by Marissa Pope, that was like my best selling cover on that campaign. So I'm gonna watch accordingly. It sucks that I won't be able to do that. I have to tread carefully now, but I have like plans. I'm prepared to still stick with status quo and still launch. It's not gonna stop me. I'm definitely interested in checking out this new crowdfunding site. And yeah, like I mean, if there would be a way to launch both at the same time on different platforms, I mean, hey, more money for me. Yeah, right.
Phil Leon, what do you say about all this? What do you think? I mean, you
I
don't run
don't-
Kickstarters, but you definitely work with people that do, and
Right. And I generally see, I'll live vicariously through you all on this one because I'm generally not by choice, but just what comes down the pipeline. I haven't worked on NSW stuff since like Naked Cannibal Campers, and that was just covers, and those weren't nudes. The inside, that's a different story, but yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is maybe Kickstarter's going to define this a little bit more or relax things a little bit more, or people are going to have to get creative with the way that they're putting it out there, or if possible, if we can do a linking kind of thing through a campaign page so people could see what they would be getting in the campaign that you can't show on the Kickstarter page.
I'm gonna do a cover of Mary Machine Gun in a fucking burqa and call it the stripe approved fucking
stripe
yeah, something like that. Because you guys do NSFW covers, and I've seen where you have the safe for work and the not safe for work, and the safe for work ones are basically just the not safe for work, but they'd put like a bikini top or something like that on them.
I fully endorse Max's idea.
I do like that because it's like more of a like, hey, fuck you kind of thing. Is this what you trying to be like this? Does everybody got to wear a burqa now? Is that what we're going with this?
that was the artistic statement. You got it.
I love the idea of the stripe variant. That's fucking genius.
It is. Max DeVille, ladies and gentlemen, knocking him out of the park.
People will buy
exclusive burqa cover. It's going to be the new trend, man.
Thank you, marijuana.
Well, look, I mean, they say that they're walking some of this back, but they're also saying stripe is not, right? So if I wanted to, right, do a not safe for work cover, I can essentially post it back up now if I put the censor bars on, because they're saying, Kickstarter's saying, we're going back to the old ways. And in the old ways, you were allowed to do that. But do I now do that and trust that Stripe won't fuck me over? You know what I mean?
Now that makes me wonder if it was really Stripe that's sending out AI bots, or with Kickstarter's just using the AI bots and putting the blame on Stripe.
You know, it would go a long way towards reassuring me on that.
It'd be hard for him to. Well, yeah, but it'd be really hard for Kickstarter to blame Stripe publicly if it's not Stripe's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, that would come back on them hard.
Another thing that's happening, we kind of talked about this. We won't spend a lot of time on this one, but AI is definitely a thing, and it's not going away. And on this channel, we've had many discussions about AI, and we'll probably have many more. And Mike Wheeler.
Hey man, when we did that one stream where we're just playing with the AI, making it make stuff. That shit was hilarious, dude.
Right.
With the poop
Turd
monster.
burglars.
Yeah, the turd burglar. That's what it was.
Well, Mike Wheeler, of course, we all know and love him in the words of the prophet. We figured out how to consistently color full pages effectively with AI. This will save us thousands of dollars. #winning. So Nick Webb knew I was going to talk about this, and as we were live and we were talking about Kickstarter, I was getting messages from Beyond the Grave. It was Nick Webb, and you know Nick Webb, he's a colorist, and he's putting to test the claim that the Wheelers have made that they can color full comics, keep it consistent with AI. You know what Nick told me? He says he's doing it right now. He's still experimenting with it, but it actually seems possible that one can do that now.
Yeah.
Phil,
I mean, you can do consistent characters in AI software now. I mean, you just have to. I mean, it trains off of one image and then it just does whatever you want it to.
Well, my guess is that you're going to have to at least flat it the way it looks, because it's not going to be able to fit. I bet it doesn't fit consistent colors across.
No, it doesn't do color. It really, I mean, that's why it looks like they're flat and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like this is the flatted version, right?
And then they feed it into the fucking
and this is what
machine
they get out back from it.
Yeah, that's what they end up with when it's done.
with inconsistent rendering.
Yeah. So, I mean, they can do it if they want, I guess, but
well, I guess the
not
ultimate
something I
bigger
would
question is this: it's that if this can be done, right, and you're a small creator, you're doing your first book, you know what I mean? You don't got a lot of money. Coloring, just like everything else, costs money. This can save you $2 or $3,000 of money. Don't you think people are going to start like the apple's on the tree, ready to be bit? You know, the temptation of sin is there.
One thing I'd like to know, because I've never been able to find an AI that does it, because I was working with that one site for a while, integrating that chatbot, and they were doing image generation based on the chats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it's not real consistent or good, you know. It's just not. So
It can't do storytelling, basically.
Well, my thing from the beginning was, what about the editorial system for this? Like, what if there's and I'm just saying, say if I was a huge AI guy and I decide to do an AI cover for Marvel, and the editor's like, oh, can you fix that hand and in such a specific way?
Yeah.
And, how is the AI, or what if I want to tilt the panel a certain, do I need to know the exact degree of how I want to tilt it? What if it's not tilted enough? Or
you would need all that done ahead of time.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, though. Basically, these image generators are basically like image slot machines for the most part, in my opinion. Yeah. And that's why some graphic designers, some of these places are getting rid of their AI because now they're starting to charge them for it, and they're getting rid of it. Like, people are using it for paralegal purposes, and somebody had to go in so much and fix so much of it. Okay. Finally, they're like, fucking get rid of that. Well, let's bring in
Sam.
actual people again.
I'll pause. Yeah, I know Sam wants to rip. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sam would know that. Yeah.
So let me give you a good one on this one. So as a lot of you know, I work for the Kentucky courts. I am paralegal since 2007. Been working for the courts for a little over 11 years. And we have periodically over the last few years seen people submit documentation with hallucinations from faulty citations. This happened a couple of weeks ago. It made news across Kentucky because it was a pretty large firm that did this. They filed a document. It was filed into the record. Defense counsel responded and said, hey, what? And then they came forward and admitted that they had made a mistake and that they had unintentionally submitted citations that were artificial intelligence hallucinations. There really is a a lot that rides on stuff like that. There are
Right.
consequences for things like that. And
Yeah,
it's not
because if
just
they did an AI thing and they did a brief, right, it could like ruin a whole court case, right?
it can well it can damage things, right? It basically damages their line of reasoning that they're working with on that particular document. There are a few other
Well, that and
considerations.
it'll ruin either the defense or the prosecution's credibility.
It does have a very serious negative impact, yeah. And
Are they seriously
there's a
thinking of-
whole lot to that. I mean, we could go on for hours about the difference on that, and you'd really want someone who has a Juris Doctorate and can discuss at length the ethics issues as well. That's certainly a thing. But the key thing is what Phil is alluding to is actually a much bigger deal in the immediate term for the results of people, in this case, with court cases with thousands upon, well, not even thousands, tens and maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars at risk on the outcome of that case. It's a big freaking deal. And so even in my field as a paralegal, we are seeing a large reduction in people hiring staff because they can have the AI draft stuff for them. And then they'll go through, and the people who are attentive will go through and make sure they check their citations, they check how the interpretations are being used, check their fact patterns and everything else, and double check the work before they add in anything. But sometimes things slip through the cracks, which is, quick speak for we didn't check our work, or we didn't check the AI, or we didn't do a good job of checking the AI, or however you want to phrase it. And then all of a sudden we've embarrassed the entire, multi-million-dollar law firm in one freaking piece of paper.
What they're saying is, I didn't hire Sam.
But yeah, and outside of that, where I was going with that, like that was just part of it. But like graphic designers, they're finding out they really need to keep graphic designers around, because you got people that are just AI jockeys. They're like, oh, sure, I can do graphic design. But the thing is, anytime it comes down to revisions, if they have no formal training, no art skills, they aren't able to make those changes, and they got to keep pulling the slot machine lever to hope that they get something close to what the client is asking them for a revision.
I have a real life example of that as well. I have a person I'm acquainted with who is opening a food truck. They commissioned a guy to do a graphic design of the hot dog logo for the side of their vehicle. What they got was something that looked like a penis with a couple of meatballs. With a couple of meatballs hanging off the side, and surrounded by fries, and what looked very much like a very bushy,
extremely phallic.
Oh, that was just soy sprouts, man.
So, yeah.
I'm saying that it makes a difference with AI. To me, it's like, okay, now don't think I'm totally like against every aspect of AI. I'm not like that. I like technology. I like technology that is done morally and ethically, and that, just like with atomic energy, there's a good and a bad. But before they set this shit loose, there should have been never any stipulation put through our government that says, oh, you can't regulate AI for 10 years. Fuck that, man. The shit's moving too quick.
Oh, yeah.
It needs guardrails up from the fucking beginning, or we're gonna see more and more issues because of this.
Well,
it needs regulated. It's fine to have it. It needs regulated, and it needs to be marked that it is AI.
Well,
regardless,
let's mark
it's a
this.
video, of image, anything. It has to be marked.
Okay, let's mark this as AI. Right here, Nick Webb is watching. I asked him to come on the show. He said he didn't. Not sure if he had enough to say, but he's sending me images, right? So image number 1 here, we'll call it Exhibit A. I assume, now Nick, I know you're watching, so if I'm wrong, this is your colored version, okay? This is the one you did. This is the one you're coloring for Kendra for Ben Dunn. Now, Nick, as an experiment, ran this page to see if he could have it colored by the AI. This is what the AI gave him.
Ugh.
Yeah. Now,
See, that's what I said. It's not that good.
Well, here's
saturation.
there's a couple of things that we need to talk about here, okay? First of all,
is Mike and Nick Webb using the same AI program? Chances are they're probably not. Number
Yeah.
2, the question is,
That's really dark.
yeah, here
that's
hold on. Number 2, the question is, in Mike's examples, right? It looked like they were flatted. So is Nick providing a flatted image or a black and white image and asking AI to color it? Okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's see. Go back to the other one. The color consistency is there, so I'm guessing he had it flatted already.
I'm assuming he fed it the one that you just had up.
Yeah.
Or possibly that, yeah.
Now, I'm going to say some things that people aren't going to like, okay?
But if you have to color it for AI to know what to do, aren't you defeating the purpose?
Well, not if you're just flatting. That's, flatting is a lot less of a process when you're going in and rendering and doing all your color theory and all that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're the colorist, right?
Sometimes
so I want to defer
flats
to
don't
you
even
and
come
Nick
out.
Capone for your thoughts on this. You're the guys that do this on the reg,
Well,
sometimes flats aren't even the same color it's gonna.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They're just fucking placeholders.
Yeah, whenever I get a page flat, I tell my flatter, use random colors, don't color match, because they're usually the colors I don't want anyways. So
yeah, you don't want them to influence your work.
Yeah, but like in regards to this, like the one thing that irks me, because not only does this take the art of coloring away, but the key purpose of a colorist, like we have the most we have the toughest stage in the creation process, because not one color style does not fit all.
Hold the
so
phone
like
for a
for
second,
example,
Nick, will you? I'll be right back.
yeah. So not like one color style does not fit all. So, Nick's original idea suits Ben's work more than this. Like,
yeah, definitely.
This is not only oversaturated, but
contrast is off.
Contrast is off. It's too painterly for the style of art. I think Ben's a little too cartoony to go painterly with it.
It's not setting mood.
No, it's not setting the mood. It looks very like over rendered. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So it's like, I feel like if someone feeds like 3 different books to an AI, it'll probably be colored in a similar style all around. And like they can have 3 separate styles. One's maybe cartoony, one's maybe like manga style, one's more Jim Lee style. Like, and the AI will still inconsistently color it in a same style, and that takes the charm of being a colorist. Like if everything's colored the same way, it's boring. It's like there's no life to it. There's nothing really stands out.
It feels like a product instead of a piece of art.
Exactly.
Well, that and for me, like this image here, it looks like something you see on like a Genesis, back in the day. It's all dark. It only uses so much of the color pattern or the color palette that's available. It's all, I don't know. It's just over rendered, I guess, like you said. That sounds about right.
And another thing I see with a lot of the AI stuff is there's a lot of times that different lighting and shadows just don't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, like the lighting seems like...
Yeah, well, I mean, AI doesn't know light sources.
But, yeah. But
they can learn them, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you have to tell it where it is. Like, if there's no light source in the panel, like there's no candle or lamp or something, AI is going to be lost on it.
But it also goes back to my thing about the editorial. So, like, what if you did this page and you send it off to an editor, and the editor's like, can you make Kendra's hair less saturated? Or, oh, by any chance, can you change the light source in panels 1, 3, and 5? Can you also tilt panel 4 to, those are the things that I don't think the AI is capable of doing. Yeah. And, sure, you're the quote unquote conductor of it, but, at that point, just color the freaking book yourself or just,
And I mean, it's like AI can pull off like a static one-shot image, but thankfully it can't do any decent sequential storytelling at this point. Right. Anytime I've seen anybody do with it, it's so bad, and it's mainly usually just talking heads.
Also, I gotta say, AI really loves Artgerm and Artgerm-esque art styles because whenever someone generates AI art for like a shitty poster or like for anything, it's always in like a weird Artgerm-y wannabe style that like, and it's always like they have like that AI face, but they never divulge in like cartoonier styles. They never divulge in like more like Jim Lee comic book styles. Right. Their initial go-to is always like a Artgerm-y, like Western, like East meets West kind of style, and
highly painterly shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell you the truth, Nick, I like yours a lot better.
Yeah,
I like yours a lot better than that damn AI shit
but
they throw.
But I think,
and yours too, Nick.
But here's the thing. Nick. But here's the thing. I think Nick did quick and dirty, right? Where Mike probably spent a little bit more time. Because if you look at Mike's comparisons, they do look better than this one. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you can just keep running it through the AI over and over and over.
Like I said, yeah, it's like
it's
like a slot machine, man. That's what I've been saying. It's just a slot machine for a product. That's it, man. Keep pulling the lever until it looks halfway to what you wanted and go, oh, that's good enough. That'll work.
Are you guys in fear of hearing this and seeing this, and you guys are saying it's not up there yet, but are you guys in fear of this?
I don't know. I've been getting more work lately than I have been, so.
Right? Yeah, as a writer, I mean, AI writing is really easy to peg.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
tell. So much bullet point stuff.
I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 different names that an LLM will use. There's only like, every time you say anything about a time, it's always ends in 47.
It's very stiff. The writing's very stiff too.
Long shadows. They use that all the time. Any tiny city is called Millbrook.
Is one they use.
They use the same shit over and over and over again, and it's easy to tell.
Well, here's my hope. I see more and more. Like, I'm even in different groups, like let's say Facebook groups. There's Artists Against AI. There's your general like indie comic writers and artists type things, and people don't want nothing to do with it, or at least they don't want the fallout of it. They don't want called out on it, so people aren't using it. At least a lot of these people that are actual creators and not somebody that wants to just jump in and do it. Like I see this mainly with like, oh, I was a screenwriter and I'm gonna make a comic. Oh, I'll use AI. And it looks like half their writing for it looks like it's AI too. But, that's generally what it is. It's nobody they're not doing it for the love of the art. They're not doing it for the craft or trying to build up their skill levels and hone it and make it better. They're just being lazy fucking assholes. And I'll call them out that you all can fuck off that are using AI for comics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the craft. You don't care about the craft, and you're shitting on people that do. So fuck you.
I'm a member of the Cursed AI group on Facebook because I love AI memes and these videos of Bob fucking Barker running around beating up old ladies and shit. That shit is hilarious, dude. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm fine with AI making dumbass videos like that.
Like, I love the meme of like, if you have a shitty AI poster, I'm not going to your event. Like there was a local New Jersey convent. Like it's like a small like toy con or whatever.
Oh, I've seen this. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and the showrunner, she decided to make an AI poster for her show, and a lot of people were like saying their concerns and being like, why'd you do that, and why couldn't you hire an artist, and like all that stuff. And she clapped back because she was like, oh, like, sorry, we all don't have the funds to
That's
hire. But I'm like, you know what,
there's so many people that would offer it up for practically free, if not for free. And there's plenty, I see this too, where it's like, dude, there's so many kids getting out of college and being trained that would jump on the chance for practically a low rate or nothing at all to jump on some of these functions just because they're into the function itself too. And it's like, hey, let me contribute.
I've seen a lot of these music groups that I'm in. Like, if you post an AI flyer for your show, they won't even let it in the group.
Yep. I've got something I spoke on about this the other day. I'm going to play this real quick for you guys. Okay. This is from when we were talking about different artists I've worked with and some key points. And this is kind of pertinent to the idea with regard to colorists. I'm glad I did. Dakota Erhan, a student of Nick Capone, fantastic colorist who colors tipping or time-traveling psychedelic mushrooms. I cannot imagine a world where I would choose a machine over Dakota Erhan's work. I just cannot imagine that. If it's a matter of being able to afford the project or not, then I guess I have to work harder and make more money to afford the project, because Dakota is a human being and deserves to live a dignified life and not suffer starvation wages, just like the rest of these guys. Dakota has not let me down once. He's been a perfect professional, and I love working with him. So I think that, we've talked a lot over the years, guys, about, healthy capitalism and in-stage capitalism and the money that we pay to our artists and to writers and, fairly pricing our works and everything. But I think when it comes down to it, there is an entire generation before us and multitudes beyond who I think will have fantastic talents that may even surpass some of the greats we've seen. And I think that we should make certain that even if it's just a handful of people preserving those traditions and encouraging people with artistic talents to hone those skills, cultivate those resources, exactly. Because regardless of, and don't get it wrong, AI will advance to capabilities that we can't even imagine, but it will still not be human. And when we have humans, their souls, their emotions, and they're pouring it out on the page, I think there's value in that. As much value as there is in the cave paintings that showed our ancestors how to carry out hunts against the mastodon, that showed, areas where they were dangerous animals and predators, instructions from Da Vinci on his inventions, Edison, and of course the fantastic artists of the generations. We have more Elmores out there. We have somewhere in the multitude of humanity more Billy Tucci level talents. We have out there in those multitudes, we have the next Ron Spencer. Okay. There are, and as hard as it is to believe, somewhere out there, there's going to be a guy or a gal with talent to match Frazetta. And I feel that we should cultivate that and not cheap out and say, oh, well, I can pay $10 a month and get tokens and generate bullshit for my book.
And it's going to be generic as shit.
Yeah. Like
that's what I was getting ready to say, was that, like, think about, okay, if it just went on like it is today, think in 5 years, AI is going to be learning from AI images.
Yeah.
So it's going to be so homogenized that it's just going to look, everything's going to look the same.
We're getting there.
Be like VHS tapes, a copy of a copy of a copy.
I keep saying this, kids aren't going to draw because they're going to be able to spit out what they want with AI. It's like they don't know how to cursive handwrite because they don't need to do it. They just type. You know what I mean?
Shit, they can't even read analog clocks anymore.
Yeah, they can't read a clock. It's fucking crazy. I remember
Well,
working
like-
at the hotel room, and a kid came out to me with a basic electric alarm clock, and he didn't know how to set it.
Like, well, it's not even that. Like, I understand what people would say, like learning disabilities and stuff, like for essays, but if you like, it's allowed for everyone. Like college students now without disabilities, like they're very capable of writing essays. They're having AI write essays for them. So what's the point of learning? That's like
Well, they aren't. That's part of the problem
You
too.
remember the movie Idiocracy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about how
Yeah.
dumb those people
Wonderful
are,
movie.
because they're probably all using AI their whole lives. So in
Yeah.
30 years from now, you're going to be operated by some fucking doctor who got his fucking shit done by AI. It's like Dr.
Well, that's
Nick
the thing.
from the
Their
fucking
brains aren't
Simpsons.
good. They've already been doing studies that using AI all the time for everything is dumbing people down. They're letting it do all the thinking
Oh,
for
they
them.
say, yeah, I agree. Like they said this is the least intelligent generation of people is like the current generation, because just the amount of like, of AI that they depend on, it's really not, it's not helpful. It's not, it's not efficient.
Well,
I like money.
Yeah, because the brain, they're finding out that the brain, once it starts catching on to like, oh, I don't have to retain this information because I can just look it up on a whim. The brains are not retaining any of this information, and that's another part of the issue.
Well, okay. For AI, let me say this. I built a website called FlixHound that you can go to and you can search any movie or TV show, and it'll tell you where you can stream it, right? And I do use AI to curate like shit you might like, based on what they've been looking at and how long they looked at it and if they clicked on it, and it just kind of generates a list. But I don't see that as a problem. I mean, it's just kind of telling you what you could watch, it's not making anything.
Right, you're sifting data, which AI is really good for.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then double check that sifted data afterwards.
Yeah.
Don't rely on it.
But I think for like a creative sense, it really takes away from the craft. And
Yeah.
like, you know what? I am gonna be that bitter, ignorant person when I say this, because I would say the same thing for, for someone who just can't pay an artist, or for some reason is reluctant to pay an artist. If you can't afford your talent, don't make a book. And that goes for AI. If you're going to choose to do AI and make a soulless product, don't make the book.
Or they're going to make the book.
Or here to piggyback up.
Here's a question.
Hold on.
Here's a question I had. I was talking earlier about the generation through the LLM on that chat bot.
Yeah.
Okay. I have never seen an AI be able to create a 300 DPI image. They're all 72.
Yeah.
So
Is that just the free versions though, or paid versions?
no, I mean, I've used paid versions of things just to see what it was, I mean, they got to learn the technology because everyone's integrating it into their websites and shit these days. So if they want it, I got to put it in there,
Because I thought I ran across something that said where somebody was getting 1,200 DPI.
But you
out
can
of it.
certainly
they
make
might
high-res images with AI. The wheelers
I'm
do it
sure
all
you
the
can,
time.
but I've never seen it. That's what
Now-
I'm saying. But I've
now
never
here-
requested it either, though.
I mean, if
what
you're
I was
just
saying-
using
what-
the basic free AI shit on the net, no, it's not going to do that, right? Like you
Here-
do
here-
have to be, premium member of like Stable Diffusion or whatever it is that they're using to do the high quality sort of AI stuff.
Now here's what I was gonna say, like piggybacking off what Nick was saying. It's like you don't necessarily not have to do it, but a lot of these people that I see wanting to use AI for books are newbies.
Yeah.
They haven't put in the work yet.
They're newbies,
If that's
or
the
they
case,
don't
and
have
you
the
want to
money.
make a book, your skills are still kind of low there on the tier. So what you do, and this is what other people used to do, you get somebody that's newer too and trying to get into it, and you work with them, and you build up what you have to where you are having a monetary value, and then you can work from there. A lot of us have put like years into this to get it right, and still learning. I think we all
but now they
learn
don't
as-
have to do that.
like I always say, as an artist,
if you're not learning and you think you got it all figured out, you're not growing as an artist. And these guys want to take a shortcut, and it ain't, they don't want to say the money, but no, they're being lazy. Go find the people that want to get into it too, and work with what they have, because a lot of them will do it for super cheap or practically nothing. If you work out a deal, deals are all different. But if you're newbies, get together and build that shit up.
Look,
You can still put it out there. You're going to have to start on the ground floor like everybody else does.
But people don't care, Phil. Like John Stinsman made a post. He's like, I just lost like about half of my monthly income because a regular client of mine is now using AI to make the artwork he was initially commissioning from me. Ouch. That's a kick in the balls that I feel from here, and I'm in a different fucking country. You know what I mean?
But you know what's stupid about that? That AI shit he's going to pump out is not going to have near the value of what John's work is down the road.
No, and I mean, it sucks for John, but now it's actually kind of made John willing to do interiors again.
Yeah, if you can
I
afford
saw
them.
that.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I'll hire him.
Well,
for that.
I said if I had the money for your page rate, you know, I would hire you. That'd be an instant sell. But I mean, there's no way I can afford John. I have to be doing like $100,000 Kickstarters to afford John. You know what I mean?
You know that's a good point. Hey, John, send me your page rates, man. I want to see if I can afford.
He ain't watching. You gotta message him, man.
I'll message. Hey, he'll watch. I'll say.
But
hey,
who is watching is Billy Powermax. He's in the chat. I haven't got a chance to address him yet. What's going on,
Billy?
He says I got a book like that. Steph Brown and I are brand new. That's it, man. Blight Blazer says no. I got the AI is the future or something like that. Well, you know.
Well, okay, I just asked Claude, the AI thing, if it can make 300 DPI images.
What's the result?
And basically what it said is it can make images to the print size. So, like, you know, if you got a 10.2 by 6.8, it can do the 372 by 2048. And then it just goes in and changes the metadata to tell it that it's a 300 DPI image.
Nah.
So I don't know how effective that'll be on printing, but I guess it can be done.
Well, I mean, people
I
have
thought that
already
would be one
printed
thing
AI
that was-
covers on comics before, you know, so it's already been done.
That's one thing that I thought might be like helpful with AI in art, like, and if it's not able to do that, but I thought the idea was can't they specifically upscale with AI? Which, let's say you have a low res and you need to
you can make it bigger, and it's actually pretty good about.
Now that would be where you'd be using it as a tool just to help, and I could understand that. It's not fucking with anything. It's just reproducing at a higher resolution.
Now, I will tell you that even a couple of years ago, we had a Japanese mangaka who literally took an LLM that didn't have any graphic data. He got it from one of the companies that's in Japan, and literally just fed it all of his background work from the mangas he's done over the years. And he uses it as like an assistant so that he can layer in his locations, make his adjustments manually to it afterwards, and cut his background work in half. But it's literally only trained on his work. So it's kind of like if you were, I don't know, having your student.
Yeah, I was going to say that's more like you not doing the art. It's just somebody copying your work, which still doesn't seem. You
see what I'm saying?
I mean, I could see using AI things for, like, for regenerative AI. I could see using it like for ideas.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, but that's about it.
Conceptual, you mean?
Yeah, just conceptual
I like the
stuff.
idea that I can like make outfits with it. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
to put that on
that's the
events,
thing
you
with
know?
the thing I have with that is your stunning imagination. You're still leaving this to the machine to decide instead of you coming up with the idea. You're relying on, oh, I think that might be cool. Yeah, I'll use that. You know, instead of like
ideas come from everywhere,
like,
Phil. Ideas
yeah,
are oftentimes visual. You'll see something and go, oh, that looks cool, but I can make it even cooler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like if you wanted to do a panel or what are they? Those Frank Forte does it all the time. What's it for movies? What's that shit called? Storyboarding. You know, they can be good for that.
Yeah.
But then you're putting out work for actual people who study to become storyboard artists, though.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, most indie producers I know don't even.
They're not gonna hire a storyboard.
And plus, like I'm
They
saying,
don't
it's like
storyboard.
that's still an excuse because you should be able to draw inspiration from other stuff around you, the world around you, man. You don't have to use AI to fucking do
no
that.
one's saying you're using AI solely independently for all your ideas. It's just another source of. You're watching a movie, you might get a fucking idea.
Yeah,
Are you going to
I
tell
mean-
me because it came from the movie and not yourself, it doesn't count?
I think that everyone's. I'm sorry, Max. Go on.
No, I mean, I kind of agree with Larry. I mean, I can get inspiration from a photograph. I can get it from standing outside. I can get it from watching a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, I can get it from anywhere.
But it's just a spark
using
of an
AI is
idea,
just
right?
another-
It's
yeah.
not. It's
not
not laying it out.
You're not copying and pasting.
But a lot of these people, that's the thing, though. You use it. The more and more you use it, the lazier and lazier you're going to get at it. You're gonna lose your conceptualization skills if you keep using it over and over.
But Atrocity Press, we've got a very strict branding that we do for our company. Like all our books, they're pretty high quality. You know, I mean, for the artwork and the coloring and the storytelling and, you know, all the panels and stuff. I mean, like, we spend money getting good art, you know? I mean, we've got Fabio Simeo does stuff. We got, God, what's his name? Eric something. I can't remember off the top of my head because I'm high. But he did Red Sonja for Dynamite, and
Right.
he's doing Human Hunters. And
love that book.
We've got, God, who's the other guy? I don't know. I think Nick's coloring something for us too.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't got around to it yet because we had to go through all the legal loopholes or legal hoops to fucking get it all approved so we could like not worry about getting hammered by someone's copyright because our artist was copying shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing. There you go. I had to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, AI, that's uncopyrightable. So, I mean, can't get hammered for it, I guess. But
Yeah, there's another thing for people to think about. You want to try and do a book like that? People can use it as much as they want, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
No, and I'll tell you why that idea is wrong, right? Let's say, as an example, I make a character through AI, okay? I develop her, I designed her, I used AI for the complete entire look, everything down from the toes to the hair. Even make a story. But the minute I type that out, the minute I make an adjustment, the minute, you know, I don't even disclose it was AI, and I, you know, write that script and put her in it and get another artist to draw her, now it is copyrightable. But it all originated from the AI.
I think the rules are going to be different in different nations of that too. So keep in mind, the Larry's perspective is largely from the Canadian copyright.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of other countries are way more lax.
Legal fucking thing. It comes from, you know, it just is, right? You can make something, and the minute you put it in the print, the minute you design it, right? You know, you can definitely lift from AI, transport it somewhere else, drop it in, go copyrightable.
Well, from what I've seen, there's got to be some major
US.
changes from the U.S. stipulations and what already's been litigated.
How are you gonna know it came from AI? If I fucking make a comic book, made a character with AI, even use a story from AI, but end up just fucking doing the dialogue, writing myself, have an artist draw the AI-made character. That
I was gonna say, just go ahead and have the artist draw the AI guy, and then just submit that to the copyright office.
Yeah, it's done.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Now, I do think that every creator is going to have their own interpretation of what is and isn't ethical use of AI. My particular interpretation is I don't use AI generated content for commercial projects. So, like, well, I might use it to generate a thumbnail because I'm not going to have, you know, $300 every other day to generate a thumbnail with, right? Cover art, interior pages, the work inside of the RPGs, prints, posters, all that stuff, all human made.
Of course.
And while
that's what I was saying. Like, I only use it for conceptualizing things or coming up with ideas. You know, I mean, I wouldn't sell something that I made with AI. Let's put
Right.
it that way. You know.
Right.
But if it's just for me, or if I'm making a stupid meme or whatever,
yeah.
Like I made one for Trent Reznor's birthday. It was pretty fucking funny, man. It was Trent Reznor sitting at a table with a bunch of people that were not happy to be there. And he had a
I saw
birthday
that.
hat
I saw
on.
that. Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know, there's other news going on too. You guys must have heard about this whole shakeup at Disney and Marvel, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got 15 minutes, so
But-
let's make it a good one.
All right. Well,
before we get to the Disney Marvel thing, there is something else I want to bring you back to. Okay.
All right.
Because we had told the audience we were going to do this. So.
All right. Well, then I'm going to tuck this way. This is going to take a few minutes.
It won't take long. Okay, so dues from the Zoop guys, right?
Yep.
So some things that sorting around through here. We're going to skip how it works. We're going to skip that stuff and how to submit it. A couple of key differences that are going to be important for creators who are doing this. This is not a traditional crowdfunding situation. This is specifically a purchase. Okay, so they're going to charge at the time you put your money in. The creators are presumed to be delivering.
Like,
okay,
so a product needs to be done.
I would suggest so. I haven't found anything that specifically delineates that yet.
Ours
But
are always
again,
done when we do on our Kickstarter, so that's no problem for me.
yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Now the thing is, Zoop's been around for a while, right? And I've never used it. I don't know what the traction is like there. I've seen some campaigns that have done pretty well, but that said, if you've got campaigns, like or items, let's say items, that's probably more specific. If you have a not safe for work cover that is not going to pass the smell test with Stripe, then maybe this is an option. But this is not going to be one of those options to really fund the book. This is going to be more like your secondary sales location. So for Nick, I think that that one NSFW cover you have for the fairy godmother killer, I think that this might be a good spot for it after the Kickstarter campaign.
The problem with that, though, Sam, is that, like, how many not safe for work covers do you print? Because you're going to have to print them before you can sell them like that.
Well, there's some things to that
really...
about Zoop and their print shops and everything, but that's a whole other conversation. I'll need to do some more reading on how that works.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to sell your not safe for work covers post campaign,
right,
you're going to have to pre-print those. So how many do you print? I mean, because you don't know how many people are going to go to your secondary sales source. Because, as I said, getting someone to go somewhere else on the internet is like heresy these days.
Right. And I think you're going to have to find a balance to, like, hey, we're going to run it for this long and then we're going to cut it off and fulfill orders.
Well, you make them exclusive. Like, you're only going to be able to get this cover here, nowhere else.
Right.
So you put that sort of importance on it that, hey, if you want this special cover, and then B, you make it a limited amount. You say, like, we're only going to do 50 of these or whatever the case is going to be.
And one of the things that occurred to me is, why not, if you're going to use something like this, take and get like 30 books graded, right? Get like 30 books graded so you can charge that premium price.
That's like $3,000 though.
Yeah, and
yeah, that's a lot of money. And those grading companies are falling like flies.
Well, that is a concern. But I mean, we've all been doing this a while, guys. You understand where I'm coming from on this. Getting that graded and then turning around. I mean, it wouldn't be $3,000 to get 30 books graded.
Well, it's going to be about $30-$40 per book.
Yeah, I would say it's going to end up costing about $2,000.
It's going to be about $1,200 plus shipping.
Well, yeah, depends on
40 times 50 is $2,000. So
right. Well, that's a good point too. Yeah. So if you're doing 50, you're going to be like $2,000 in, and you're going to do what, $100 on a 9.6 or higher, right?
You want
So-
9.8s for brand new books. 9.6 people are just not even going to
Well,
fucking
then
care.
don't let then just tell them not to
Yeah,
grade
you can
it,
pre-screen for 9.8s.
not to
It
not to
costs a
slap
couple
anything
extra
under that.
dollars, but you can do it.
Right. And so I think there's something to consider there. And you don't have to do like 50, do 10 or something as like a premium option or whatever you want to do with it, right? But I think that, I mean, here we're looking at this. It's been a few days since this whole thing went live, and there's a grand spanking total of 8 campaigns.
Yeah, click on
here.
one of them. I want to see what happens. See what.
So it's a pre-launch page.
Okay. Does
So
it show
the-
any like list of followers, like how many followers they may have?
No, I haven't clicked get notified yet because I don't have a Zoop account or Dues account. But I mean, you can plug in your email and do it to it. Now, it does not show me how many people are on there. So I mean, I don't know if this just went live or what.
Yeah.
But this is what it looks like right this moment, May 19th, 10:18 p.m. Eastern. There is the convenient, share on your social media shit, but there's a lot that goes on with trying to stand one of these things up. And so I don't know if they had like a beta that they were working on in the background or what, but
I'm kind of disappointed in the artwork on that right there.
On the cover for sharing.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it looks bad. I mean, like that was just their choice, but
how about
that's
that?
better?
Now
That's
this
much
is
better, but I'm saying like that cherry thing's an Archie deal, right? So they should have better art.
Well, I mean, this right here, this is straight off Overlord, right?
Is that Gus Malk?
Yeah.
I literally just colored something for him today, so that's funny.
Yeah, that's Gus.
Small world.
And then,
man. There you go.
Well, Nick works for everybody. But now, this was an interesting thing to look at. And I was trying to scan through some of these while we were doing this because I wanted to pull up and make sure I wasn't talking out my ass. But there's some, at least apparently, some flexibility with what you can display on your pre-launch. But again, different from crowdfunding, guys. Not funding for the book. It is sales point.
Everyone's going to be hounding these guys. Everyone's going to want that secondary spot to go to. And the fact that you have an established property like Cherry, because I've seen Cherry for fucking years, man.
I mean, yeah, it's what, 40-something years old now?
Right? And so if that's like
50 years
so like
old?
the lead, that's almost like saying Brian Pulido is going to your fucking platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, the other thing that concerns me is if Kickstarter keeps up with this stuff, what happens with heavy metal on Kickstarter? If it's just an AI combing through it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I would
Heavy
expect
metal's been pretty
Kickstarter.
toned down though, compared to what it used to be in the 90s. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, that's a good point. But
I do better.
I'm just
They
saying,
make-
guys, if you can't, if they're not going to let you do your thing on Kickstarter with one of your NSFW ones, then find another channel. I'm going to try and have a conversation with Ben and see what he thinks about doing an NSF cover release for the main distribution.
That'd be great.
Tibby. Well, I mean, Tibby #1 moved. They.
I don't know. They were pretty fucking iffy. I had to go through and edit Mary Machine Gun
To
because
be
there was
honest
some
with you,
nudity in
Sam,
the book.
To be honest with you, I don't think they are going to go for it.
Well, I mean, these are the same guys who put out Bondage Fairy. So
yeah, in the 90s when that was acceptable and no one cared, now everything is underneath scrutiny so bad that no one wants the bad PR, right? If you have to find it on the top shelf of the comic book shop, that's kind of a problem. You know what I mean?
you know what? I'll find a way.
No, I'm not
I've
speaking
got
for
some-
Ben. You could try it, but I they were very squeamish with Max, like he's fucking saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I get that.
Yeah,
I do.
they went through every one of my pages and flagged the pages they wanted changed. So I went through and added bikinis and removed some sex toy stuff from like an altar. And then I just submitted it, and they were fine with it. And they said it was Diamond's rule, but that was bullshit. So,
So did you just remove it for the previews, or did you do it for the book too when you print?
I did it for the book in print.
That was the condition
Okay.
for them printing it. Is they
That's
wanted-
why.
Oh, all right.
That's,
Yeah,
that's why there was 2 editions of the graphic novel or the trade paperback for Mary Machine Gun, was because I did it. And I was like, well, fuck it, let's sell both of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Ant Press doesn't want it, then it'll be fine. It won't be any harm, any foul to me. But I will find a way to get that book out to people because I'm going to
And
tell
the
you
safe
something.
for work version did not sell very well.
I'm going to tell you guys, this piece right here, you know, I'm not going to get you kicked off YouTube, Larry, I promise. But this piece right here deserves to be seen. It's gorgeous. We sold a lot of those prints at the Lexington Toy and Comic Festival. People
That's
love
what I'm
it.
saying. It's art. You know, I mean, like, they don't look at it as art. They look at it as nudity, porn. That's it. I mean, it's like some of the most puritanical fucking ways of looking at shit I've heard of in a long time.
But you know what? I like your idea about the
Larry
burqa.
Flint.
I think, honestly, no bullshit. We should, the next time we have simultaneous campaigns
We should
running,
all fucking do it.
we should all have a fucking burqa cover. A safe for stripe cover option as just a soft form of fuck you.
Call it safe for
And
prudes.
somehow
Yeah,
I'll find a way to
I
still make it
definitely-
too sexy. You know what I mean?
Safe or stripe.
I definitely had a good idea on that one.
Thank you, marijuana.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna write that shit down
Max
too.
has got
Safe
to
for stripe.
bounce, and I'm probably sure everyone else. is
Yeah, I
gonna
gotta go.
Right. So maybe we should.
So I'll chat with you guys later.
All right,
Peace.
brother.
Later.
I mean, we can talk about Marvel, or we can kind of shut her down. What are you guys feeling?
I'm gonna have to bail here pretty soon. I gotta be up for work in the morning.
I need to be up early.
I've got to get back to work on this Kickstarter campaign, but can we do this like tomorrow or the next day?
I'm sure there'll be
For the
another
Marvel
live
stuff?
stream coming up at some point. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to promise tomorrow, but you know.
Okay, that's fine. So safe for stripe, burqa covers.
This is it.
I am not at all kidding. I'm not at all kidding. Although I don't know who I'm going to find who'll draw Tibby in a burqa.
So I want to thank everyone for coming out and hanging out tonight. Max DeVille was great to see him. Too bad I didn't get to say really good. I'll be in touch with Max now. We reestablished contact, so things are good there. Sam and Nick, always a pleasure. Phil, of course, man, the anchor of the show. Hey, man, what's going on? I'm going to put this in the off air, but we'll see you guys next time. And I will be, doing my, since we didn't get to talk about Marvel or Sticky Goose tonight, because I did want to talk about Sticky Goose. I'll cover those in separate videos, and they'll be uploaded tonight, tomorrow, sort of deal.
Yeah.
So that's
Just
it.
remember, kids, AI is the devil.
Truer words have never been spoken.